Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Golden Takoyaki Awards 2023. This is our annual award show podcast where we talk about everything that is good, bad, and ugly in the world of NMB 48. This year we have some old faces and some new faces joining us this year. We're trying doing some new stuff this time around. So we're just going to go around, just introduce ourselves. So my name is Matt, and I'm joined by Aruda.
Hi, I'm currently preparing for my first winter in Japan.
And also joined by Geoff.
So I finished work for the year, and I'm going. Today was the first of 3 straight days of theater shows I'm going to. And Team N, there was more cheering than I expected, so my voice is a little raspy.
There's so much. You're such a huge Team N fan now.
Yes. Gotta ride on the ship.
All right, we're joined by Arkasas, who is not from Arkansas.
No. Yeah, I got up early to watch Nagisa's grad show, and now I'm here.
That's what happens.
Okay.
America, what a life.
And also joined by Logic.
Hello. Yeah. I don't really
Yep.
have anything to say, so yeah.
Yeah, we have Logic here, yeah, so to kind of round us all out. Yeah, hey, I already said, my name is Matt, yeah, and I'm also in America now. I woke up at 4 a.m. just to do this.
But not to watch Nagisa's grad show.
No, it's more. I think it's more the jet lag woke me up and then anything. But yeah. So I slept through Nagisa's grad show, but everyone else can tell me about it later if it comes up.
Insert Nagi yawn emote here.
Yeah. So anyway, so we have a bunch of categories we're going to talk about today. So kind of going to do a different thing than we usually do for the awards. This time we're all just going to be we'll be going around for each category, saying our winner for each category, and then after the show is all done, we're going to make a Google Doc form, pass it on to all the listeners, everyone can listen, and choose from our winners, and then they can vote on each one. So if we don't pick your favorite or your winner, I'm sorry. We're the ones. We have the power. That's basically it, I guess. I don't know. We got enough people here to hopefully have at least enough of a diversity or variety of picks. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty chill. Just gonna say our winner and then kind of discuss our reasons why we picked them. So we'll kick things off with a classic award, and it is the least bad birthday T-shirt award, or I guess really the best birthday shirt award. So as you know, the members each produce a birthday shirt every year, and the fans will usually buy them and wear them at concerts and events. And usually designs are all not good. So we're going to be choosing the least not good T-shirt. Starting off with Aruda, what is your pick?
My pick this year is Abewakana Setan t-shirt for this year because for this year Wakapon's Setan t-shirt is like a cool varsity t-shirt and also can be worn on normal occasion. Also, I also like like how all the words will also has a meaning or refer to Wakapon. So from genius and then to the motto, the liber cultura and coctione. Yeah, it's a cool t-shirt.
Yeah. It's funny that you say you can use it for normal occasions. Obviously, I think Logic is also aware of a famous incident that happened with me wearing this shirt after her Seitansai, where I bumped into her family at the Tollies across the street from the theater, and I was still wearing the shirt. I'm like, okay, I cannot wear this while they're around because they can't know I'm a dirty, filthy Woda. So I ran out and turned the shirt inside out and then put it back in. Yeah. And also just a side comment, I guess I don't know, a bonus category or whatever is best birthday shirt that I bought. It would probably be this one. Out of the 5 shirts I bought, is probably the best one because the other ones aren't that good either. Okay, all right. So that was Walk Upon. All right, Logic. What is your pick?
I personally picked a Kojima Karin's t-shirt this year, mainly just because, like, it looks really trendy. And honestly, like, my criteria for judging this is just, how ashamed would I be if I go out wearing that t-shirt? Which, I think for Kojin's t-shirt, it looks trendy. It's, like, minimalistic. The font is nice. And honestly, you know, like, it just looks like a trendy t-shirt. And, you know, the heart is, like, her, solo like outfit, and honestly, yeah, I like that one the best. So yeah, that's it.
The little like heart
Yeah,
logo thing.
like yeah, like the stitches in the middle is it resembles her like solo outfit with like the stitches like on her top. Yeah.
I see. Cause I see this shirt around, not this shirt, but like I see the other logo. It's like the little ET heart. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about?
The ET heart. Oh.
So it's a heart with little eyeballs in the heart. It's supposed to look like, I think it looks like ET, but I'm not sure. It's like, I think it's like some trendy thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if anything about fashion, but it kind of reminds me of that.
Oh, it's a red heart with white eyes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know if that's ET, but that's what came to mind.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Like,
it does.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that was like a Universal Studios shirt or something or not, but yeah. That's what the shirt kind of reminds me of. Yeah, which, yeah, I can see it. It seems very, you can wear it out in public and not be too ashamed. All right. Then next, we have Geoff.
I picked Kawakami Chihiro because she did something that no one else has ever done with the birthday shirt, which is have a collab with Hanshin Tigers. So her t-shirt is actually an officially sponsored Hanshin Tigers merchandise. And so on the front, it's like her doing like a batting pose with big number 24. And then on the back in the like lower corner, there's a little drawing of her and like Toraki, the Hanshin Tigers mascot, doing the Chihi jump. And then so it doesn't have the like standard birthday Seitan shirt like logo that everyone else has.
Yeah. I also like that it says 1998 to 2022 as if she died.
Yeah.
We're all hoping.
Rest in peace, Chihi.
Rest in peace.
Well, I mean, in the baseball context, it's more like a retirement shirt or something. But she hasn't.
Well, you don't want that either.
So either she died or she retired. Amazing.
You're not acquitting yourself well here.
Don't ask me. Ask the designer.
Yeah. Was it Chihi that designed it?
Someone at the Hanshin Tigers PR department.
Okay.
That's why it's better than this year's.
Yeah. I guess context. This is actually the shirt that came out last year because like we're like range or whatever, because not all the shirts come out by the time we do the recording. Actually, I'm not sure if they are all out now, but anyway, we included from last December to this November is kind of like the range of most of the things we'll be talking about first, including the birthday shirts. So yeah, he's talking about last year's birthday shirt for Chihi, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll give it credit. It is different from the other ones, so that's cool. All right. Next is Arkansas.
Yeah. So I picked Sakashi Tamako's t-shirt. It just looks like a sort of. It doesn't look like an Idol t-shirt at all, which is, I guess, what we're judging this by. It just looks like a weird t-shirt with a weird design on it. I guess she's got this image character now, these gomazos, which are like seals. Is that what it is? And
yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. And it's, playing sports and taking pictures and something, I don't know. But it just looks like, a normal t-shirt. It doesn't have to be an Idol t-shirt. So you can actually wear it in public. So that's great.
I remember Logic tried to get this for her Seitan side, but
yeah, and then I didn't.
Failure.
it was sold out, and then we even tried asking and said, "Hey, can we just get the display model?" It was like a medium size one. Like,
And
no,
then
we
they're
can't
like,
give that to.
no.
Yeah. But then weirdly now, like, because they usually once they run out of stock, that's it, right? But then from like October, November, they started like just restocking shirts for I think it's like with Sakatan or whoever or Mighty. So I don't know. You got scammed.
Yeah, I got scammed. What a scam.
Yep. All right, yeah, and then my pick for the least bad T-shirt is gonna go to Sadano Haruka.
Oh, this is
So this is the orange shirt, and it says a circle. It's saying USA in it. Okay, so really leaning into my American
USA.
gimmick. But actually, the USA it's the USA, because I guess Usa-chan is the name of her dog. But and you do see like a paw print just randomly there. But then around the circle, you also just see USA Power around the circle the whole time.
It also kind of has
hilarious and just,
stars and stripes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, it kind of looks like Star and Stripe logo too. So
You love this.
indirectly or unintentionally American.
You love this shirt so much you made it your username for like several months.
Yeah. Yeah, USA Power Star. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like it's a funny shirt just to wear like out in public with no context.
I thought about getting it just because of that, but yeah, I would have no real opportunity to wear it, and I would be misunderstood as an orange cultist.
Yeah. And you'd also have like no future opportunity to wear it either because
Yeah.
Sadharu is gone.
Yeah.
So
Or is she?
yeah.
She like revived on like the members page.
Yeah,
Well,
she got sick for her last online Hanashikai day, so we don't know if she's officially graduated now. She's in idol purgatory.
Yeah.
she will do those
Well-
Nashikai or die trying.
Yeah, I mean, her photo is still listed as a member of NNB.
Yeah. No, because like they removed it on like the 23rd, but then they added her back in the members
Yeah.
page. Like I think the day or like the day after, and it was really funny.
Yeah.
She just like
Yeah.
revived.
Actually, wait, Geoff, did you see
yes.
if they'd put up her plaque?
Oh, I didn't look closely. I forgot to check.
Yeah.
I can check tomorrow.
Cheeky goggles.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it also like they kind of like rush you through that hallway too. Like if
Yeah.
you sometimes you can't just hang out or something too long, depending on the show, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So those are our picks for the least bad T-shirt award or best T-shirt award. Okay, next we have the Lifetime Ban from Tokyo Girls Collection Award, which is for the worst birthday T-shirt. So it's probably hard because there's a lot of bad T-shirts. So I mean, so many, but we can only pick 5. So start off with Aruda.
Yeah, so for this year, I picked Kato Yuka Setan t-shirt. Yeah. And it because she put her face on it. And also,
Yes.
the word placement were all over the place, making it feel like a garbage design
Yeah.
for me.
Mm-hmm. It's like all of our favorite things combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, pictures of yourself, and then like random like word salad design. I am a graphic designer or whatever meme. And also, like the picture's not really good. Like it's all like
Yeah, I mean, it's just yeah,
overexposed.
yeah.
There's lens flare on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really look bad if you see it from the far away. Even it's like a messy design.
Yeah.
Also, the color's kind of ugly.
The green shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it was one of my runner-ups for worst shirt as well. All right, next we have Logic. Oh, this is gonna be contentious.
Okay, my pick for worst T-shirt this year is Yayoi's one. I'm sorry, Geoff, but like it's like everything about that shirt is just it's just not great. It's like it's everything combined that makes it so bad. Like the hot pink is already not we're not off to a good start, and then you have the Yayoko number 1, which is okay, maybe tolerable. But But then the font, oh my god. What is that font? And like the graphics on top as well. Like what is this?
Wait.
Like it's everything combined. It makes for such like a hot mess of a t-shirt.
Doesn't have
Like
it
I feel
doesn't
like
have
I'm
her
paying
face.
like Okay, true. It could be worse. But it's still down there, okay? Like just because it doesn't have her face, it doesn't mean that's not bad. Like I feel like I could pay someone on Taobao like 100 yen, and they would probably whip up a better design than that. So yeah, that's it. I think it's Yayoi. I'm sorry. It's just everything is too much.
My only complaint is that she didn't capitalize the first Y in Yayoko. I don't
Yeah,
know why, but
that's
then
pretty bad,
otherwise it's great. Yayoko number one. The hot pink makes you stand out in shows. You have to be proud to be her Oshi.
Like
But,
the
so
guy
I
who
mean,
dyed
what
his hair
about?
pink.
Shh.
Yes, I know him.
You
What
should
about,
dye your hair pink.
No.
What?
What about the
And
Mikana
get
shirt?
a mohawk.
It's the same concept, and then it's in like black, weird
No,
like calligraphic
my
fonts.
opinion
That
is
one's also
that
bad.
that
Yeah,
one is
Mikana
also
one is so
bad.
bad.
But the font isn't as bad. So
I mean, it reminds me of last year's Fua shirt that had like Fua Oshi, and it was like the
Yeah.
Arial times Arial font, but Japanese version. But it's like a slightly better. It's like they put the bold text over it instead. But yeah, that's also
yeah,
pretty
but
bad.
like hot pink bad. They're both bad. Like I like Mikana. Her shirt was bad as well. You know, like but then Yayoi was the worst.
I'll say these girls need to stay in their lanes. They're
Yeah,
encroaching on
true.
Karen's territory with this hot pink business.
What?
Like,
Karen did like the lightest pink possible this year. It's like barely pink.
Yeah, because these other bozos keep taking her color.
I think
Like last year, it was
I think
hot pink.
Maypon needs to
The-
stay in her lane. Like half the time I see some like hot pink shirt and it's like it's Maypon. I'm like fuck, god damn it.
Poor Geoff. His Oshi shares the color with Raycon.
Okay, all right. Then we have Arc.
Uh,
wait, we have Geoff.
Oh,
We have Geoff.
I picked Asao Momoka because I think when I just like the fierce like which is peach in German, and then like tomboy in that weirdly weird font with like what I think is leopard print, and then like
Yeah.
the drawing of like something like a seal. I don't know. It's not. By other criteria, there are other worse shirts like Luca's, whatever. Like I actually think Risa's is pretty bad too, especially in person. The color combination just looks terrible. But then I don't know. I just keep going back to Mokchan's and seeing that weird text and the weird drawing. And I don't know. It's supposed to be cute, but then it's like black. I don't know.
Probably can't do pink. That's a banned color, I guess, as we've discussed before.
Sure.
I think because you did the whole like was it Pifishchi or whatever the German, because that's like the what Haribo the peach gummies have written on them.
Oh.
So I think that might have been what she was going for.
And then she did the Melokotone for the up T thing, so she's just trying to write peach in a bunch of different languages.
And the tomboy is because she's like she likes to be very creepy old man style. Yeah, it's a interesting shirt, I would say.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Then we have Arc.
Okay. I picked Shotsuki Kato's shirt, which is basically some like really crappy low-res clip art of like a vase of flowers dropped.
Ugly flower.
Yeah, dropped onto a really just like deep blue, but not like a good deep blue shirt, and then with Kato written over it in just like block capitals, and it just doesn't look good. And it looks like the image looks really terrible. Like,
yeah, it's like
incredibly
pixelated.
low res. Yeah, and it's like
And
I
then
don't
the
know.
the image is like vertically stretched, and the text is horizontally stretched.
Yeah, it's like maybe it looks better in person, but yeah, I don't think so.
Well, I think the color is more like a more blue in person. So the color is
Yeah, it's more
okay,
lighter, yeah.
but then the print part is like it looks like a weird screen print stuck on there. The
Yeah,
print looks even worse.
and like the blue, the blue doesn't go with the black and white. It looks weird.
It does like stand out. Like when I have seen people like wear this at events and
Yeah.
stuff, and like it does kind of stand out. It is kind of gets on like blue Colt kind of deal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that was like a flower. I thought it was like some like weirdly drawn like Saints logo.
Yes, yes, it's the new.
Like weirdly like distorted and stuff. I'm like,
Yes,
okay.
clearly, Matt.
A huge New Orleans fan. I don't know. Yeah, and then yeah, my pick for worst shirt is Shibuya Nagisa's. It's her like letter, her thank you letter to her fans, but it's a whole lot of text. Like no one's gonna read that. Also, it's really tiny print as well too, so you have to like get really up into it if you want to read it. Yeah, it's really ugly, just bad design. Like, but yeah, I did have to buy this for Ark, and he wore it to the concerts. I remember. I think Ryan's reaction. He saw like
Yeah.
what Ark was wearing. He's like, "What the hell are you wearing?"
He didn't know it was a merchandise. When we told him it was Nagisa's shirt, he was like, "What? No way."
He doesn't pay very close attention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, I had a terrible shirt.
I mean, like to that point, like Logic was saying she likes shirts that don't look like idol shirts. But then, so like to someone who doesn't follow NMB really closely, yeah, I mean, Kojin's shirt wouldn't look like an idol shirt. So then that's good for the fashion way, as you said. But then even someone like Ryan didn't realize Nagisa's Seitan shirt was her Seitan shirt. But then and also isn't something you can wear normally.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I get that. Like it doesn't hit like the fashion sense, but then it's not very obvious. It's like an idol shirt either, so it's kind of like that kind of awkward purgatory in between.
Yeah, pick your lane and then go for it.
Okay, yeah, and yes, that's gonna do it for the T-shirt awards. So congratulations to our nominees, our picks. All right, next we're gonna move on to the Sayaka Sonic Memorial Award. It's for Best Concert of 2023. So we'll start off with Aruda.
Yeah, so my pick for the best concert of 2023 is Shibuya Nagisa Graduation Concert, the day 1, not day 2.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, because the setlist was good, and also the camera proportion for the member were also good. Even Geoff and our friend were also featured in the screen. And also since it took many input from fans in form of ogiri, so it was a lot of fans and less management input and gory push. It is a sample of life when they didn't solve their choice in the front of screen.
So I didn't follow the fan submissions that much, but did you notice, like, did they actually pick it from fan choices?
Yeah, I think because at the end of the concert they saw all the ogiri input that were featured in the concert.
It was just they're like that credit sequence, yeah, but it was just the answers. It didn't say like okay from Chihi Big Love, age 30, office worker or whatever, right? Because they also asked like on Twitter, like they asked, okay, your name and it was like your profession, but it didn't. I don't know why they asked for that information. I guess maybe just random.
I mean, I'm sure they didn't pick everything from fans,
resource
because like they have to put a concert.
The ideas were too good.
Sure.
But also like some of it's like really specific, like why specifically an electric eel, right?
Because she did that on TV
Mm.
before, and it went viral
Oh,
on
okay,
TikTok.
okay. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, she did in that like midnight show with like Kamaitachi and like the one that like replaced NMB
Yeah.
Learning.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually my main pick as well. That one just because it was like it was a very fun concert, just very unorthodox, very unusual. But it felt like very peak, like pure NMB. Like this is why you like NMB
Yeah.
over like other idol groups,
No.
and why you would go to an NMB concert instead of like an AKB concert or Nagisa concert or whatever, because you're gonna get like this weird like comedy, goofy, gimmick stuff. I mean, there's also the songs and dance as well, but I think this made it like way more entertaining than
Yeah,
your
it's more
average
fun, yeah.
concert. Even though I do have like still have some PTSD from getting shot down by Karen.
From getting ignored by Karen.
That was the worst part. That was the worst part of this concert. It would have been perfect if they didn't have the members go out into the crowd. That was also when Sakatan gave me candy. I was angry about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
times.
Okay. Good times and bad times.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of good times and bad times, Logic, your pick.
My pick this year is Request Hour 2023. Mainly because they revived Request Hour after like
6
like
years.
7 years.
7
yeah.
Yeah, 7
Yeah.
years. Like they revived Request Hour like after 7 years, and then it's really interesting getting to see like what the fan picks are this year, and you get to see like a lot of songs that they probably won't perform, like normally, like for instance with like the Kojima B2 songs, and but then you also get to see like some fan favorites like at the top, and yeah, honestly, it was just like a really nice like I feel like it was a nice concert. It was like a nice event, and people just members and like fans just got to really enjoy it. And of course, like the whole thing with like Swambo and like the Swambo campaign, like I think that made for a really like cute, I guess, like story, like quote unquote story for the concert. And so yeah, personally for me, it'll be Request Hour 2023.
The whole thing, or specifically, do you have like a half top 25, bottom 25 you liked more?
I think top 25 probably, mainly just because like you can feel yourself just like the anticipation is building, like okay, who's gonna be on top 3, like like who's getting top 1,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, we watched this one in the karaoke room, so we could be like super loud and annoying and like yell at each other. Like Aruda was praying for Dugon.
Dugon and Dugon.
And then we can like talk shit about Wakapon after like after Yume wa
Yume
Nigiri
getting
finished
second,
second.
yeah.
I got number 2.
Seeing all the members except for her cry.
Yeah, but also all the song. Yeah, I always like seeing less featured songs getting performed, and then especially the Kojima B2 songs ended up at like 26 and 20. I guess 26 and 27. So then they
Yeah.
ended up being like a really nice close to the first half of the request hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then for this year Request Hour, it didn't really generate much hype that they hope for, I think.
Oh, no, not
And
voting,
yeah,
you
and
don't
and
vote
it,
here,
I
you
mean,
have to, like, go.
mostly only focus on B2 song.
The Swambo, yeah.
Yeah.
If there's one thing we know
Also,
for
like, some of the
sure,
members were like,
Yeah, so it's kind of obvious who's gonna win.
yeah, so I'm kind of in the boat where like the second half was less interesting because we already knew which ones were gonna go. Whereas the first half felt more interesting because it's gonna be the more like you don't know what song is gonna show up in the first half, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
kind of more
speaking
interesting.
of Mew showing
Yeah.
up in the first half,
Yeah,
that was another
Oh
highlight.
yeah.
Yeah.
She should have done Shine Bright, but anyway.
for Bokuei Kaide, yeah,
Yeah, I think Miru and
Keiichi,
Keiichi showed up, and
yeah.
and yeah, it was nice to see like the graduates kind of just like revisiting NMB and doing it together with their friends and sister. Or in Miru's case, I don't really know why she came back, but like anyway.
She has nothing else to
Yeah.
do.
Probably.
We thought this was gonna be her last chance to do this because she's gonna get sent to Korea, but then ended up not getting picked for that.
Didn't work out
thing
that way.
either. No, yeah. Whereas like with Kay, like she's always down to come back for whatever.
Yeah.
So for her coming back was not really a surprise. But that's always like one of the things like with the request hours, like fans will try to like try to get like a graduated member like graduated
Yeah,
song.
like
That was the song that they picked.
Like summoning
was-
the grads, like
Yeah.
Riona, Ion, etc.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that happen. With like date or whatever.
Yeah.
Or it was like even like when I think the last one they did, it was like after Milky left, like the fans, like the Saya Milky fans voted for Imanaraba, which was the Saya Milky duet. But it ended up just being like a recorded message of Milky, or like a pre-recorded clip.
No, I
of her
think
song.
they had like a concert VTR, and then like they just kind of played that.
With Sayaka singing along. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then next we have Geoff.
I picked Todoroki Mix because it was finally the return of cheering after 3 years of COVID bullshit. So they designed a set list for like all the cheering and hype. So it was a lot of fun. And then we finally got to hear cheers for like all the songs that came out during COVID and never had cheers. Like Skiramushi. Especially that was meant to have cheering, so we finally got its complete form. And then they also performed a lot of songs from the NMB13 album for the first time. Like Imasara Dotonbori.
All the songs.
The Enjoy Breako,
Enjoy Puerto Rico.
which is also really fun to cheer.
yeah.
Sozo no Pistol, the most important
The
song.
most important song.
She wrote this.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
say it
that
every time.
We'll get that. We'll get to that later.
It was the first performance
well-
of the Vulgar song.
Yeah,
Great
I
moments
actually
in
also
anime
almost,
history.
picked this concert as well. If only Uka didn't announce her graduation on this concert. Yeah, it kind of ruined the
Yeah, it's
concert
kind of
for
ruined.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. This is also was my runner up after the Nagisa graduation concert day 1, but then Geoff picked this one as well. But yeah, I really like this one too. I like the whole there's a lot of parts of this concert that was really fun. It started up with the acapella Seishun and Laptime. That was like a really cool moment, having the fans sing along.
Yeah,
That was really kind of somber and kind of really hype moment. And then you had they had the whole time zone or time eras. Jumping between the Showa era and then the Heisei era and then the Reiwa era.
and then
So you have to
Nagisa Alien as well.
They kind of, Nagisa Alien in the near future with the space.
Uchujin.
Yeah, Uchujin, with the whole alien little MC moment. That was kind of funny. With Wakapon translating because she's the only one that's smart enough to know other languages. Well, they know alien, I guess, not English. I guess she is learning Chinese also.
She's no Misaki.
But I mean the time zone or the time era thing is kind of weird. Like the dangerous Kojin song goes into the Heisei era. Why? Not the 90s and 2000s. Like what?
Well,
It didn't have a spot. It didn't really have a place anywhere else. I guess so. It's like okay, we have to do it somewhere. So
I mean, she was born in 1999, therefore.
yeah. The Japanese Taylor Swift. I guess 10 years afterwards. Anyway. Yeah, it was interesting. And it was a fun concert. Okay, Ark, you have kind of a
Yeah, I mean, I also said Nagisa Gradcon Day 1. So instead, I'm saying Nagisa Gradcon Day 2, which had a lot of, I think, good units. Some like Matt, for instance, was really hype when they played the Monday song, and then really not hype for a lot of the rest of it. And then
Matt, the noted Satsuki B2 fan.
hey,
whatever
read
works.
the stats.
He did actually sub it, so he clearly doesn't hate it.
And then I got copyright strike, so now
Rip Maddo.
Correct.
And then like the graduates coming back, Quintet coming back, the comedians, which
Yes.
They can't really sing, but that was funny. So yeah. And then Nagisa's solo, Kimi to Deate Boku Wakawata, with Yoshimin on the piano, which I'll probably talk about more later. But that was cute.
Yeah, I mean, as she said in the title, like she apologized for all the hijinks in day one and has like a proper grad concert in day two, and it was a very well done, like big scale concert, which she deserves. So, yeah.
I think these concerts are like both concerts are so different that like you can separate them. Usually we like lump them together, because like graduation concert. But yeah, because like day one and day two are so different. I think you can like make a distinction between them that you get a different kind of concert. And yeah, I think I prefer day one over two. Obviously, Matt Hayes' graduation concerts is the moral of the story.
But among graduation concerts, this one was, one of the better ones this side of Sayaka-sana.
Yeah. I think definitely it could give Psychosonic a run for its money. Probably the best graduation concert since then. Yeah. Dare say even the best concert since then. Oh.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, it was 2 days instead of like one really long day. Because Psychosonic was like 6 hours long or something. Yeah. Yeah, and then Nagisa Grad 1 was my pick, and then Todoroki was my runner-up. So I decided, okay, 13th anniversary, I guess. I mean, this year probably wasn't as strong as previous anniversary concerts. Usually, like I think we always pick like anniversary concert as like the best concert of the year. But we had 2 parts to it, and they did some cool stuff with this. We got to see the new teams for the first time, like their new songs debut. They did like the little like member request hour. So the first one they did like NMB song request hour, like member picked it, and then the part two they did theater song request hour. That was fun. And also they did some other cool gimmicks there. They did like the Oh My God pyramid in the second one.
Oh my God.
A lot of fun units as well. I think I actually weirdly, I was complaining about how much I hate them doing AKB songs, but I think I liked the AKB songs I picked for the part 2 of the 13th anniversary better than most of the NMB songs they did in the first part. I just like the Dobuzin song of the Lily Animals.
Yeah, well, because they feel more NMB because they've been done as theater shows.
Yeah. They've been like adopted as like NMB songs. These are official NMB songs. So yeah, while we were talking about Nagisa's graduation concert, day one of all the jokes, we made a special category for this year, and it's the Shibuya Nagisa Memorial Award for Best Nagisa Graduation Concert Gag or Joke. So they did a lot of funny moments, and so we'll just pick our favorite moments. Starting with Aruda.
Yeah, so my pick is the message video actually has ads that can be skipped. Yeah, I love at this because it was so funny because it happened when Yuina's turn. Yeah, so adds more layer to the jokes. Also, I also like the ads being shown, especially the Idol Shikaku drama adaptation ads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was like that ad, and then it was also the Kojidin Lino collaboration. Yeah, so like like these fake NMB ads inside the song.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And that was for I Love Budaman was the song they did, and then like halfway through like there's like a little like pause break or whatever, and then Nagisa gave him a video message to like the 5 members. So it was Nishiyuma, Misaki, Shiori, Amitan, and so he said those messages to him fine, and then it got to as Ara said, Yuna's turn. She got skipped, and then when the ads finished, then Nagisa's like message to Yuna played, but the sound wasn't working because they're still singing the rest of the song, the ending of the song, so then she didn't get to hear the message. So just to kick her while she's down, it's really funny. And that was actually my favorite. That was my pick as well for like best joke too. So and as my other runner up, it was the Shibuya and Shibutani body swap bit. I think it was just funny. Yeah, so you have because Shibuya and Shibutani is the same kanji. Like you can read it the same way, look at it the same way, but then and then it's Nagisa and Sayuki. They were like running. There's a whole like video thing. Even the video was actually really funny too. It was really low budget, like using like green screen effects and stuff. So like they're running to each other because they had to go perform a song, and they bump. Actually, when you notice the running, you may have noticed like so you saw like Sayuki running normally, and Nagisa she was doing like the Run Run dance run as she was running. which was like a really nice touch, little thing I noticed. Yeah, and then they run into each other, and then they have like a body swap situation where Shibuya had Sayuki's mind, and then Sayuki had Shibuya's mind or Nagisa's mind inside her. And like, oh, this is real confusing. So then they had to write like their names like on papers and paste it to themselves. And then they did the was it Alzora Cafe was the song they did, which that show was pretty cool too because you got to see so you actually got to be able to censor that song technically. And then halfway through, they bump into each other, and then they reverse the body swap. So everything was back to normal. But yeah, it was just really funny. A cute moment. Okay, next Logic.
For me, it's probably the Nagi cry fake, or the fake tears they did.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of funny how, like, in the middle of, like, this kind of really touching song between, like, Nagisa and Chihi who are, like, in the same generation. And then, it's supposed to be emotional, and, like, it's supposed to be emotional, and like, and they're just there, like, taking out bottles of eye drop and just putting it in their eye, just like fake crying. And I think like the funniest thing, like on top of that, was that like they didn't only do that in that unit, they also did it in Encore, where everyone just had like an eye drop bottle, and they all like fake cried in the end. So yeah, for me personally, the fake tears was the funniest gag.
Yeah.
In the concert.
Yeah. Okay. Then next we have Geoff.
I picked the failed magic trick where Ami and Mihi were handcuffed, and Nagisa was supposed to perform a magic trick to like free them, but it failed. And
Multiple times.
What makes it so she on the screen it says like, oh, the joke is that she's gonna try a magic trick she's never done practice before during the song, and then it fails once, and then she does it like a few more times. You kind of think, oh, okay, like, oh, third time's a charm, maybe it'll work then, but nope, still doesn't work. And then that's like the second joke they show on screen. Oh, she actually failed.
Yeah, I like how they really sell it too, because she makes a big deal. I did it. Like the song finished at the same time, when she did it like the third time. I did it, but they're still locked up.
Yeah, Ami and Mihi are like looking at each other and showing their handcuffs. And then the best part is when they come back in a later song and they're still handcuffed and have to dance together.
Yeah, that was real good. Okay. Yeah, next Arc.
Okay. So I picked, in Dakishimera Daretara. So Nagisa comes out with Kojima and Rei and Mew, and it's initially like, oh, it's my favorite girls, also Mew for some reason, and then Nagisa's like, oh, I picked the girls with Bakunyu, the ones with the largest chests, and so it's like, and then Rei is like, here I am, and Mew is here I am, and then it's like, Kojima, sit down, Kojurin Sagate. And then they go so far, because she spends the rest of the song being like, wait, what? What? Are you kicking me out of the unit? And then Nagisa, like, at one point, literally, she's trying to dance with them, and Nagisa literally pushes her out of the unit. So that's, like, bizarre. I mean, it's a callback to the gag from the end of 11th Anniversary, where she like called all the large chested members to step forward, and then was like, Kojurin, stand back, Sagate. So yeah, it's funny and also a great callback.
Yeah.
And then they took it further this time with Kojurin at the end saying, well, actually, Nagisa, if you really think about it, you're the same as me.
Yeah. Well, maybe a little bigger, but anyway.
Yeah, it makes me think there would have been maybe some other members in this unit if they weren't gone, But
yeah.
That's how it is, yeah. And the other ones we have aren't allowed to be under yet, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, dangerous girls also have to step back.
All right, next category we have here is the Ryan Memorial Award. Don't worry, he's okay, he's still alive.
Well, I mean, being in the Philippines, he would probably say is a fate worse than death, but yeah.
Yeah. But it's also like another recurring award that we have every year, and it's the Waterkey of the Year award, because Waterkey gets performed, way too much, as Ryan would say.
Yeah, this
And
year is too much
it's never worth it.
compared to last year.
Yeah, we had a lot. Yeah, actually, kind of like at the beginning of the year, not a whole lot. I think there's only like one or two at a time, and then during the tour we had a bunch more show up, and then other concerts.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll start off. Aruda, you pick your pick.
Yeah, I had to pick Warunagi this year because it was the last time we could see Nagisa doing Waruki. Yeah, so that's the sole reason.
Mm-hmm.
As Ryan would say, because she's allowed because she was actually a big member back when Milky was in the group. But yeah.
Yeah. And then we got to see Waranagi before, like, at the 11th anniversary.
Yeah.
So.
Did they didn't make like a new costume specifically for her, right? Because I don't think I'd seen that costume before, but
It did look different, yeah.
Yeah.
I think not sure.
it wasn't one of the usual ones.
Yeah. It's the part where Yuri got her own custom Waterkey costume.
Yeah,
The all black one. Yeah. Okay. Next we have Mikana. Or not Mikana. We have Watch. Mikana's on the show with us. She somehow decided to pick her pick.
Wow.
May as well be Mikana.
Yeah. My pick this year is Wadunya, which is Mikana. I'm just biased because she's pretty. In the Wadunya outfit, and yeah, that's really it. Cause she's pretty, and that's it. I'm being like the token Ryan, the token Ryan opinion here. Just yeah, she's pretty. Therefore, yeah, Mikana, done.
It's the only acceptable one.
But you went to more concerts than him, I think. Or more
Oh,
theater
yeah.
shows at least.
Well, that's not
More
hard.
in general, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Mikana looks good in it. But then what I didn't like about the performance is that it was in this weird corner of the tour where like you have
Yeah.
other members like standing around and watching her, so it's not actually her performing alone. It's like a weird joke within this the little skit. So
Yeah.
that takes away from it a little bit.
That was good. I think it was fun to see that part. I was more interested in the members that were not performing. The ones that were performing off to the side. There was more interesting to watch them than Mikana. Also because I already watched this the previous day or whatever with the other tour.
So technically, can we pick all those other members for Waterkey?
Yes, why not?
They're all different. Yeah. All right. And then actually, we have Geoff's pick, which actually less than 24 hours later.
Yeah, so
we got another Waterkey.
Waru Shihan from the 13th anniversary. Just I actually don't remember that clearly, but this is definitely the most dedicated to Ryan's performance. Yumi.
Oh, I thought you pick it because you mean Kaina's trip on this performance.
Oh yeah, okay, now I remember. It was like her
the
reveal
whole
of her
setup,
weight
yeah.
loss. Yeah.
Yeah, because the previous song was like the not Tayonanak or whatever, but it was like the one of the fighting, like the two sides fighting or whatever, and then she comes out as like the boss of the school or whatever, and then they call her out for her dieting, and then she's like, okay, I'll show you how well I did my diet, and then she strips and shows off that she lost 6 kilos in 2 weeks, which is
Not healthy.
pretty ridiculous. Yeah, not healthy. But then also, this was also kind of like this also was my pick for best Waterkey as well. But yeah, also it was kind of also an ensemble thing as well because all the
That's
other members
true,
from all
yeah.
the previous units were also dancing along with it. And actually, it was really funny though because you had the whole part when you got to like the climax part with the whole like Water Shihan. You had Nagisa and Kojin like pick up Yumi's jacket and throw it over her face, and then they jumped into the center, and she pushed him out of the way. So that was really fun. Like, fun moment. Make a huge mockery of this joke of a song already. And it's Yumin as the center, so it's
And
ultimate. Ryan was so angry.
And she was wearing just like a leopard print like tank top, basically.
Tube top,
not
yeah.
an actual like water key outfit.
Yeah. It ruined the sanctity of this song.
Ryan will say something
But,
like, there is no sanctity, or it was ruined already.
Yeah. But yeah, I think overall, it was just really fun. It was probably the reason why I really liked the 13th anniversary. It was like one of the fun moments. But yeah, as my runner up, because Water Shell was already picked, I picked Water Uka. Similar reason as Water Nagi. Uka, I mean, not as popular as Nagisa or like as popular as Milky, but she was at least Simbatsu around the time.
That's true.
Water Key was happening, so there's that. Also as a joke, you could put Water Mato as a bonus pick when I dressed up as Wario, and I did perform Water Key at like karaoke. So if you were there, you're there. You know how it was. All right, Arc.
Okay. I also picked Waranagi, but in the interest of diversity, I'm sure that Waratsuki, Keito, which I don't think anyone has seen other than the people who were there, but I'm sure it was fine. Keito's continued attempt to appear mature. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I was at the Nagoya leg of the tour. Yeah, so,
right.
Yeah, of course, only like 5 people went to that.
Yes, it's a joke submission to a joke award.
Yeah, and yeah, the other one that was also in the tour that we didn't talk about was Waru Saki with Sakatan, which I went to and I saw that. I was really disappointed in that. Mostly because they call it Water Saki instead of like Water Satan or Water Time.
Satan. Yeah.
It wasn't Water Choppy or something?
No.
What?
Yeah,
she can't decide what her nickname is. It's kind of a problem.
Yeah. Her nickname changes every day,
Well,
Rip
Ryan.
Those are the water keys.
Rest in the Philippines.
Yeah. All right, next we have is the Teppen Subs presents the Best Show Award. But none of these shows were like subbed by Teppen Subs as far as I know. I think some parts
a little bit.
Parts of Spokane, a little bit, yeah. This is for Best Show that NB is on, so like a TV show or like a live show or something. Not a concert, not a theater show, not a performance. So more comedy, more variety kind of stuff. Usually this is like the Wine-In Award because Wine-In is like the only kind of like shows that NB regularly has, unless you count that shitty music show, but no one cares about that. So start off with Aruda.
Yeah, for this year I picked 9-Gen Werewolf Game.
Speaking of like Wine-In shows.
Yeah, because I think this year it is the first time they're doing it offline after several years. Several years doing it online, and it was so much better and so much fun. Also, 9-Gen also play actively as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had 3 games, and all of them were chaotic fun, and created many amazing GIF memes. I hope they did it again.
They should let the 7th and 8th gen do it in person.
Who?
No.
No.
They had their chance.
What is an 8th gen? What is this 8th gen of which you speak?
If they want to do it in person, they should have debuted 3 years later.
Okay.
COVID times.
Yeah. This is good, yeah. All right, next, Logic.
For me, it's GSGK, which stands for Genji Shugo Genji Kaisan. I think like the premise of the show was already quite funny because like the idea is that why do they have to do like GSGK is that because they spent too much money on a 24-hour in YNN the year before, and so now they don't have money, and they give them like what was it like like a
3,000
really low
yen.
amount of 3,000 yen for 4 people to just
To do
squeeze that
4
money.
shows, right?
To do like 4 episodes of whatever, and they have to squeeze that money to like do whatever. And I just really like the whole premise of it, and I think it kind of like there are funny moments there, and it's kind of interesting to see how how the members kind of cope with like the lack of the budget. They just kind of go around doing nothing, but then it's like it's good fun anyways. And I think the kind of premise and like the whole concept of the show kind of encapsulates the whole like the gist of YNN. So yeah, I think that was the best like show for me this year.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to like what YNN used to do all the time, which is the member presents show, where 4 members go do some like location shoots. But now it's basically just a
Yeah.
low budget version of that.
Yeah, that was last year, right? The member presents you.
Yeah, they always
Yeah,
did
they
it.
started doing that since 2021. Yeah,
Yeah.
after like Corona,
No,
kind of
well,
got better.
I mean, they used to do it all the time before COVID.
Yeah, beforehand, yeah. They stopped for a couple years
Yeah.
or a year and a half during
I
peak
think like
COVID.
one thing that's like nice about GSGK is that like you get to see how the members try to scam the staff to get more money. They're just kind of like just trying to like get more money by like trolling them or like by scamming them, and I think that's also like a nice bit of the show that you don't
Yeah.
really see anywhere else. So yeah.
I only watched the most recent iteration, for obvious reasons. And like they're not one. I think they went to like the like ropes course, like obstacle course, physical turns one, and they just had like Xeon like just be really cute. Ask the staff like the obstacle course like, hey, can we do this for free? And they're like, okay, yeah. Because you just like, oh, because you're so cute, we'll let you do this for free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have like a favorite iteration of this? Because they've done like 9 of them now. I think
in the Kojidin one, well, it's a while. It has been a while since I watched, but I think in the Kojidin one, I think she went with, it was her, Yumi, and the Alhara sisters, and
Oh.
I think
So that
Kojidin
that
tried
one
to-
was the first one, right?
Was that the first
Yeah,
one?
that one was the
No,
first one.
No,
Yeah.
the
First one was
no,
Yayoi.
the first one was
Okay.
Kaito, Yayoi, Hua, and someone else. I don't remember, but I think that was like the second or third. Like it was early on in the year.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah.
which one exactly. But I think the whole idea was that Kojima tried to like. I don't remember what she did exactly, but she tried to like troll the staff to get them to giving them more money, and it worked. So yeah, I think that was like a highlight for me personally.
Is that what she learned from reading all those business books?
Just to try to scam people out of their money. Her clothing brand. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Next, Geoff.
I picked Spokane. Sports Kingdom.
That was last year.
That was last year. I don't think Spoken exists this year. Is it still exist this year?
Wasn't there some this year? It felt like there was.
Yeah. No, there were like I think around like 5 or 6 before they just randomly stopped in August.
Yeah, they should continue it. But I think this year they had like the baseball one that was really funny.
That was the one that Mew was a guest on.
Was like a guest
She used to be a baseball manager for her high school. Yeah.
And then they actually like.
But then also she is not good at baseball either.
Yeah. Yeah, they should bring it back.
Okay. Next arc.
Yeah, I picked the YNN Game Club because, of course, there's nothing more entertaining than watching teenage girls fail at and occasionally succeed at video games.
Yep. Which that started this year or late last year.
Something like that. Because that was around when Ray started her channel, which she hasn't updated in 5 months. So, yeah.
And it was like the like continuation because they had like the whole like Yoshimoto was like finger like the weird like live service thing they were doing for a while with like Wakapon and Kana and.
But now you can just watch it.
Members.
Watch
It's
it on.
of that.
Watch it on YouTube.
But yeah, it's always been good. Yeah, it's been like a every Friday they would usually do, unless they had like concerts or some like other like busy schedule. You got to see at least a couple members playing random games, or the same game a lot. I think that was a problem like when they did it with the like the Yoshimoto, like the old game club. I think one of the ones like with Anshu and stuff. Like they just ended up just playing Momotaro every time. And that just got boring really fast. So we got at least some like good like variety with this. Also, it's like weird that they had like you have like Mikana, Wakapon, Ray. Who else? Like as like the coaches or whatever. And like they've only done like one or two.
Where are
shows
they?
Total.
Where are they?
Real walk. Busy with real walk.
Busy with real work. TM.
TM.
Yeah. Also, it's like fun. Like if you own the games that they were playing, and they were playing online, you can sometimes like
you can crash their
screen.
Yeah.
Or, yeah,
Mario
screens.
Kart.
Yeah, yeah, Mario Kart. So I did it with Fua a couple times, so it was fun.
It was Matt beating Fua at Mario Kart was a sign of things to come.
Yep. You gotta see it's like some other members like really shine, of course. But yeah. Okay. All right, and then my pick, maybe the most orthodox pick, I don't know, is Bachi Bachi NMB 48. So this is like the replacement for You Got It NMB 48, which started in April, with Double Higashi as the hosts. And basically, both this and Mirror Mirror NMB, they're both like, it's like the monthly variety show they do at the ES Theater, sometimes at the NMB Theater as well. And it's always fun to watch these. Because it's like kind of like they're like, I feel like their best content, like consistently, but it's once a month. That kind of sucks. You wish it could be more regular, but the problem is like they're always like an hour and a half long. I think Mirror Mirror is usually 2 hours long, so it's kind of an endurance to watch these shows. But I think Bachi Bachi specifically I like because at least it has that's pretty much the same format. It has like the 3-on-3 like team battle variety challenges and stuff. Usually that's the one where they do like the English knowledge battle, where you can see how bad the members are at writing things in English. But I say it's not like the back half is usually when they do like the Mune Kyun like situation role play, which I never am a fan of because it's kind of just boring and it's very cringe to watch.
Very cringe.
But I think you have what you expect with the that one, whereas like Mirror Mirror is always kind of like different. And I feel like Mirror Mirror has like higher highs, but it can also have really low lows, and it also is a bit more talky. They kind of fix some of the format because it's not exactly like a 1-to-1 like Hiragata replacement where you had like the whole like SNS check. They kind of do that, but it's more like the members submit their own like photos with like a theme. But yeah, Bachi Bachi, yeah, definitely my favorite show. If you get a chance, if you are in Japan during like the one time they do the show each month, highly recommend checking it out. So the next we're gonna get into like the music categories. So the first one we have is the Seishun Laptime Memorial Award, and because of this year, the song we can actually say is dead now. For a best old song of 2023. So it's the best song that did not come out in 2023 that we thought was our that we liked. And because we had the request hour this year, it's kind of is like a good opportunity to actually like use this category because we got to hear a lot of older songs from this year. So start off with Aruda.
Yeah, so my pick is Mikazuki no Senaka. Because normally it was usually being performed by showing its gen, right? But I think this was the first time this year that I saw it being performed differently. So not showing its gen, its duration. And also it was the last time performance for the third gen and second draft.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were gone this year.
RIP.
They were gone.
Did you kill them?
Yeah, this year was really weird with the song. Yeah, who killed him? It was really weird song. They didn't do it generation by generation like they do at the 13th anniversary. I think at 13th anniversary they did it like it was one of the songs they did while running around the seats. So that was It was weird. I felt a little peeved by that. And then they did it during Nagisa graduation concert as well. And it got to the point, where the generations, they're either non-existent or they're so small that now they have to combine them.
Yeah.
Like now, 6D3 and 7 Gen are all now like lumped together.
I think 7 and 8 Gen being together. I think I forgot.
or 7, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like second, fourth, and fifth, and are all combined. Yeah. Okay. Next, Logic.
My old song of the year would be Muchujin, mainly just because, like, I personally think it's a really nice song. They performed it, like, a few times in concerts this year as well. You have, like, the Uchujin gag from Todoroki Mix, which was really funny. But you also got, like, these kind of, like, you also got performances during, Nagisa's grad concert, and just today, her grad performance as well. And I think it's just, like, it's a really nice song, and it kind of, it captures, like, kind of Nagisa's vibe, just really, like, cheerful, and, like, it's a nice song. They performed it a few times this year. I personally really liked it, and yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was my pick as well for best old song of 2023. And as you said, it's a really nice song. It's really fun to listen to. Also, it's the only good song in Sadharu Team In. Boom, got him.
No, wow.
I mean, you really got to see it shine this year too. Also, because this was the first year we got to hear the mixes and cheers, so you got to really see its true form,
like the Kokoniru part.
Yeah,
exactly right. And then there's like the whole during like the big like long guitar solo part. You had like the oh. So that was really hype. Yeah. So it's really hype. Yeah, whenever that comes up. And
even if people were confused at Nagisa's grad concert as to when they should actually cheer.
Yeah. That's just more. I think it was just a real problem. Like, I think we're still like in the weird like recovering from COVID, like the whole absence of the cheers and stuff. I think this year we haven't completely gotten back to 100% with that. But anyway, that was my pick. But then for the sake of diversity, I also picked Ishukan Zenbu ga Getsuyobi Nara no ni. I think we picked that last year as well. It's like the best old song. Actually, as like Arkasas said, I was really hyped about it during the Nagisa concert.
It was really
did
hyped.
The song. And I'm like, I missed this song so much. It was like it's been like 6 weeks since I last heard it since Satsuki P2 finished.
6 whole weeks.
You sound like Riku or something. Take me out right now.
Right? That's
Yeah.
Maybe that's who I'm channeling. I don't know. But yeah, it's like like if I'll never hear the song again. Oh.
Yeah.
Also, it was
then
like the number 50 pick or 49 pick.
Yeah,
it was a tie for.
Yeah, it was the first song in the request hour. That I was really hyped at that.
But it's also 8th gen, so that's also like that. Oh, that ruined it.
It's basically adopted as the 8th gen song.
So it's the 4th gen song and 8th gen song.
That's the best gen.
Multiple of 4s.
And then when
can't look for so you're looking forward to 12th gen, I guess.
When 12th gen comes around in about 3 months, it'll be their song too.
3 months.
Because NMV is like low, and they're probably gonna start recruiting again.
We need more members.
New gen a month.
We need more members, or else
I
we
feel
won't.
I feel like they might actually announce a new gen in the New Year show. It's like we don't have people.
They should do it at the 9th gen first anniversary show to troll them.
Why do you hate 9th
Geoff
gen?
is so salty. 9th gen did nothing wrong.
Management did them wrong. Did 8th gen wrong.
Okay.
Well, they probably deserved it.
Also, I think the whole was a side tangent, but yeah, I mean, because like some people say, well, the theater doesn't sell out because we don't have 16-member stages, because we don't have enough members to do 16-member stages.
Yeah, actually.
But also, it's not like these like new gens will be getting into 16. We'll be joining new teams anytime soon, either. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, guess the OB song, the Monday song, still a banger. And we have Geoff.
I picked Sonzai Shite Nai Mono. So actually they performed it last year at Akagumi, and then but then I got reminded of it again this year because first Yaoi put it in her like Spotify playlist, so I started listening to it a lot again, and it actually made my top 10 in Spotify Wrapped this year. And then
Oh, I thought it is because of Team M put it in the set list.
and also yeah, Team M put it as their new song after cheers were allowed again as like the hype cheer song. And yeah, I've always really liked this song, and then like copying the dance move is fun. Yeah. So yeah, it's probably I think it's the oldest song in of our picks. So yeah, at least gets that.
All right, and we also have Ark with another old song.
Yes. I picked Kimi to Teate Boku wa Kawata. It's kind of, it got played a lot at the end of the year because that was Nagisa's Gory Push Center song back in 2013. And yeah, and so she obviously, she actually sang it as like her grad solo in day 2 of her grad concert. And it's just, it's actually like legitimately a good song. I think unfortunately a lot of the songs they put on the AKB singles back then were better than some of the contemporary singles. And I just really like it. Especially so I got her to sort of sing part of it to me in Hanashikai, and that was cute.
Should have changed Kimi to your name.
Yes. Nagisa wa Kawata. It didn't really flow, obviously. But it was cute. Also, it doesn't make anyway. But it was cute. She tried.
That's a good moment, yeah. That's a good memory, yeah. Also, at least this time Shisha got someone who knew how to play the piano to do it.
Yeah, that was good. That was great. I was actually kind of surprised that she didn't ask everyone to sing along with her at like the last chorus or something, but alas.
All right. So then, yeah, let's move on to this year's songs. So we had the album come out this year with a few new songs, and we also had a single come out. So we actually have a decent selection of songs to talk about this year. But we'll start off with the bad, because we're so negative here at Takoyaki Party. Start off with the worst song of 2023, and I think this will be maybe a little controversial, some controversial picks here. Starting with Aruda.
Of course.
I think most people I think you guys all have like the same picks.
Yeah.
Aruda, Logic, and Ark have the same picks.
Of course.
You guys can.
Yeah. For the worst song of 2023, it should be none other than Seishun no Laptime 2023.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean, the song that isn't needed to be remade.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it was a representation of management trying to push Sakatan, but not really working well.
Yeah, no, I just want to nitpick on the actual audio of the song
Yeah.
itself. I don't know what happened to the audio mixing on the album, but it just sounds so bad.
Yeah, it sounds so really lackluster.
Yeah, it's really flat.
It just didn't sound that good in my opinion, and yeah, the gory push didn't really make it that much better because who was the top 3? I think it was Sakata and Kaito and Mikana.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it doesn't really make much sense. Well, at least personally to me. But yeah, I think in the context of the original song, the remade version was just really unnecessary, and to me just seems like it was a device to just gory push Sakatan. So yeah.
Yeah, and also the song was also performed in TV more than done.
Yeah.
No, it was actually really funny because I was chatting about it with one of my Mikanashi friends, and then she was like, I was complaining to her. I was like, why is she why do Dun get this shitty midnight TV music shows? Meanwhile, Seishun no Laptime 2023 gets freaking primetime TV. What is this logic? it doesn't make sense. And then she was just like, this is BS. And yeah. Yeah, I think it's BS too, but yeah.
So the punchline is that at the concerts recently, they don't actually play the 2023 version. They play the original version. Maybe they have Sakatan center it, but they play the original version.
So what's the point?
We wasted a
Right.
whole song for nothing.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
And then, like,
management.
Yeah, it did for nothing. I think it did more damage than good.
Yeah,
with it,
like
because this is like the song, the peak NMB song, the national anthem, as they always say, and it just like damaged it. Like we actively do not like this song anymore. The song has been retroactively is now ruined.
Yes. Gosh, God damn it, Satan.
And also I hate the personification of Sayaka in Sakatan for this song.
Yeah, it does not match it, because I think like when they first announced, okay, we're doing Seishun Laptime 2023, I'm like, okay, I figured like, okay, Kojin would have been like the center, because that she kind of, I mean, not, it's like, because Sayaka is weird because okay, she's both the captain and also the ace, and I think nowadays you could probably say also Kojin is the ace as well as captain, because she sells the best, is most popular, really, Whereas, like, Sakatan, it does not fit that really.
No.
But yeah, I think, yeah, the song kind of recovered. I mean, the original Station Lifetime kind of recovered in the last couple concerts because they did the original version with, like, I think actually Nagisa, was like such a center for it.
And then, like, Reiko was leading the cheers, which was kind of cool because she's also about to graduate.
Yeah. Her last chance to, like, be the hype girl. Yeah, we're all so angry. We're all so fired up about this.
I mean, I don't hate...
Except for Geoff.
I don't hate...
Jeff he's okay with it.
I don't hate Sakatan. And then, so I initially... I mean, I'll be honest, I don't listen to the, like, recorded version much. And then, like initially I thought the concept of, like, letting the current members re-record Station Time was a good idea. But then, as for the result, I don't know, I'll take your word for, like, the mix being weird and stuff like that. But then in the concerts, I don't know, it always depends on who's actually performing in what position, right? I think it changes anyway. It's not like Sakatan's the first one to, like, take Sayaka's position in this. So I don't want to put all the blame on her.
You want to.
I think Ryan, search yourself. But yeah, I think Ryan he actually pointed out the whole, like, sound mixing. I think he could notice it from, like, the shitty venue speakers during, like, the album event that he went to. He's like, "What the hell is this song?" So I think it's definitely, like, the mixing was bad or different. I think where most of the complaints come from, and then Sakatan just, like, was like the face of it. So I think she kind of got some maybe unjust hate towards her. I think as Logic said, like, it was performed on TV more than done.
Yeah.
It was the secret main song of the album.
Well, you should blame Dunn for that.
Yeah. We'll get there. Later, I guess.
That'll be it.
All right. All right. Yeah. Then Logic, I guess. Because you already had Station Lifetime as your
so Station Lifetime 2023 was, like, first for me too, but a runner-up for me was actually Imasara Dotonbori. It could be like I get that it could be a bit of a hot take, but I just really didn't really like the song. It sounded kind of like it sounded outdated. Like, it's not retro or vintage in, like, a cool way, but it's just outdated. Like, I don't think it matched. Like, I think it matched the vibe of some members well, but then it kind of didn't with, like, some of the other members, and it just kind of, like, I didn't like it personally.
You don't like seeing Makochi with the arm sleeves that are too loose?
No. No, I call them the modified Shipao, like, in the sense that, like, they have, like, they look like Shipao but, like, sleeveless, and then they have, like, colors beneath the Shipao, and it's like it works on some members, not on others. That's all I will say.
Yes.
Yeah, not on Yukata, not on Nako, and I'd say Yukino as well. So, like, song-wise, I didn't really like it. It just, it sounds really outdated for a 2023 song, and it's not, like, in a cool way either. So, yeah.
It's too
Yeah, hot
boomer for
take.
you.
Logic
Yeah.
Logic
literally.
just Logic hates the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot take moment. I didn't like Sadharu Tombori. But yeah.
I guess also the other thing, I guess I kind of alluded to this already, is like this is part of the album, so it was like the generational song where they picked members from each generation,
Yeah.
except for third gen and D2 for I guess obvious reasons.
And so I feel
But
like
yeah,
it doesn't
Yucatan
really
being
make
there
much
was like kind of
sense.
like the early you can tell old glory push or whatever you wanna. Okay, then Ark also had Seishun Laptime as his pick, but his runner up is
So I'll let Geoff talk more about this, I guess. But
oh you both
yeah, because he changed his. Good for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, good for him. So I said Sozo no Pistol, just because it's I don't even remember what it sounds like. It's just it's not, I guess, the worst thing I've ever heard, but it's just such a nothing, unmemorable song that it's just like, couldn't we have done something else? Couldn't we have done something that I would actually
Yeah,
remember in
exactly.
6 months?
And they make the whole big
Yeah,
deal
isn't
about
that-
like Aki P writing this song, especially for NMB, when one, he probably didn't actually do shit, and then
Yeah.
two,
And also,
it's
too,
not
the
a
lyrics
special
are
song
like
at all.
weird.
It's like some
Like the lyrics are really weird as well.
like
so,
I'm making
yeah.
a pistol with your finger. It's like okay,
It's things you can't do, that teenage girls can't sing about in the U.S.
Yes. But it's kind of ironic, yeah. Like the song is so forgettable, despite them like performing it at like every concert for the first like half of the year.
Encore, yeah.
yeah. So actually, I put Jinsei wa Nagainda at first because I forgot Sozo no Pistol existed. So I put Jinsei wa Nagainda
Also,
because I mean, so it's Nagisa's graduation song, and yeah, she got the geinin. But I had just the bitter feelings from when like we found out that this song was getting a music video, but we're not getting theme song music videos, and then also it's just a boring song musically because the geinin can't sing, so they had to make basically a monotone song.
Yeah, and I think like on top of that, like another like criticism I have towards like that being her graduation solo is that that kind of took the spotlight away from NMB and it just kind of became like this is the comedy group.
Yes.
We're gonna go on FNS as a comedy group, and Nagisa and the Gainings, and it's
Yep, exactly.
like it's her choice, but also like as like the fan of the group, it just kind of it kind of sits unwell with me personally. But yeah.
Also, it did better on YouTube views than Nagisa Cycle.
Yeah.
NMB flopping. What a surprise.
Just to bounce back to Sozo no Pistol, I did like go back and like rewatch like the older concerts from like I don't know a couple months ago, I guess. And the song is okay. Like it's the dancing, the choreography is kind of like I like the part like where they kind of like shaking their shoulders to the rhythm of the song. It's kind of a cute little dance. It's a ballady song. I'm okay with it. It's not the worst song for me. But what is the worst song for me is Done.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, so Done, man. Talk about bad songs. So it's a try hard, cool song or whatever. Which I'm not the biggest fan of this kind of style of music. But I think the thing that really made it much worse for me was because it's part of like the theater show. Like they always do the main song as part of the theater show set list, and almost all the theater shows I went to this year was When Done was the main track. So for certain set lists where it's already try hard bullshit or just boring bad songs, I had to hear Done over and over and over again. And I mean, when we brought back the cheers, the calls, and mixes. It's also why Done is not a good song, because there's no cheers or calls or mixes to the song, so it's a really boring song to sit through. and all you can do is like aggressively shake your pen lights because that's kind of like its only real thing it has going for it. And yeah, I think we've kind of talked about this before, like with like the B2, the Satsuki B2 set list, how like it goes from like Done to like Swan Boat back to back, and it's kind of this weird like tonal shift. So yeah, I just really did not like Done just listening to it as a captive audience. And then yeah.
I mean, I do
Anyway,
like.
I'd be like Seishun no Laptime 2023 should have been the main song.
Yeah, I mean, I do like watching the dance, but yeah, even then it still gets old after seeing it too many times. And then, yeah, it did not work well for TV at all, which was why it wasn't picked at the time for music shows. So like, it's just a waste of Mikana.
Cool. No, I think the song was cool, personally, okay? I think it was cool, so, yeah.
Well,
You can talk about it in the next category. You can defend it in the next category,
Another
I guess.
hot take moment. We love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, perfect phrase, yeah, the waste of Mikana. I mean, yeah, usually it was just kind of a shame as well, it is like Mikana's, like, first center song. Perhaps only center song. Who knows?
probably.
And it is wasted on this. It was wasted on this song. Like, I guess it kind of does suit her, but yeah. But yeah, Done. I'm done. I'm done with Done. Hopefully, never see her again. Until like Mikana's graduation concert, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, so then that was worst song of 2023. So we'll talk about the best song of 2023. So what was good this year, which weirdly enough we have some of the same songs from the worst songs in the best song category as well. So we'll start off with Aruda.
Yeah, so my pick for best song this year is Imasara, the Tonbori. Well, when I first listened to it, I already liked the song because it kind of feel like a song in Yakuza game, which I love.
Maybe.
Such classic and rare song for NNB. And when I watched it live the first time during Todoroki Mix, I also instantly loved the costume. It looks so good in Wakapon especially.
Here we go. I was waiting for this.
And she really knows how to show it off on her Instagram.
Yeah.
She fills it out.
Yeah, and when Nagisa performed it solo as well, the backing vocal with the black costume is also good too.
The dua.
Yeah. So it's a good song.
And also Wakatan was in that.
Well, that's a bonus. Well, there is a Mako too. There was Mako there as well.
Well.
It's not enough to save it for Logic.
Okay. Look, I love Mako. I don't like the song, okay? It didn't suit her at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She loves Mako. She hates the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm not sure if it's like a compliment or a complaint about it. Yeah, I mean, you said it has like it's old school song because we do have like the other Dotonbori song.
Well, definitely better than that one. Yeah.
It's hard not to be.
I think I came around on the other Dotonbori song over time. I think because that was part of like the Miru set list back when we had the non-battle teams. Because those were good with the good solos. This one is a bit more catchy, more upbeat than that one. It's okay. I don't mind it too much. All right, Logic. Now's your chance to defend. Duns on it.
Okay, another hot take moment. My best song of 2023 is Done. Actually, honestly, it's just because I personally I think the vibe suited Mikana first of all, and I think it was it's a nice. It's a nice step away from the normal really cheery idol songs, and I think the MV looked really nice. It looked really nice. The costumes were nice. in general, I think like the vibe was really nice too. Like, okay, this is another one of my anecdotes, but I showed some of my friends done, and they all thought it was really cool, and they all thought it was really cool, and like some of them were actually like interested in just like to know like a bit more about the group, which I think like in terms of demographic wise, I think like I personally think that like it could attract like Zoomers like me and my friends. And, yeah, like
People
like,
who hate the 80s.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. I think it's just like nice song, nice vibes. It suited Mikana, and yeah, I think it was a nice like first center song for Mikana. So yeah, that was it for me.
I find it
Uh,
funny that you say Zoomers might like it because there's no. Is there? Because it feels like all Zoomers want is like the 30-second TikTok hook. But is there
Nah.
really that?
Okay. Okay. I mean, no. I feel like it's cool in the sense that like it's edgy enough to like differentiate itself from like other idol songs. It's like my friend like cause like most girl group songs are like really cheery or like cute and sweet, which is fair enough. But then like when like once in a while you see like like an edgy one and you're like, ooh, this is cool, and then yeah. Well, that's personally it for me. So,
Yeah. Yeah, the problem with that, I don't know, 48 feels like it's just too all over the place sometimes. Like
mm,
the people who want idol, like when I look at like Equal Love or something or like Nogi, they seem to stay more on the cheery, pure side, and it seems to be more successful. So I don't know if like
yeah,
jumping
fair
back and
enough.
forth between these genres is a good idea for popularity. But of course, I mean, I don't care. Fuck the mainstreams.
Yeah.
I'll love whatever
Fuck
enemy puts
Ryan.
out. But yes, um,
Yeah, I think like I think it was just like it was like a refreshing like new
yeah,
song.
it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
it is.
yeah, for me. So yeah.
Yeah, Mikana looks good, but then I still think the music videos is like the set was really simplistic.
I mean, look, it's
It's
Yoshimoto.
a
They
jail
don't
cell.
have money.
yeah.
No, didn't they say that they had like portable toilets on set?
Yeah.
Because like they were in like some like abandoned warehouse or something, and then like they don't have like working toilets there, so they have to use like portable
I wouldn't
toilets. So I
be
think
surprised.
there were like two, I think, for like the entire senpatsu, and then they were like, "Oh my god, this is disgusting."
With I guess the whole like edgy versus like upbeat songs. Like I mean, there are some groups that do that do it. Like, you gotta think. You can go back to Kiyakizaka. Like, that was their whole gimmick was like, oh, we're the edgy group, which they did do successful.
That's true.
But yeah, I think I was also disappointed in like how like the beginning instrumentals of the song were like, oh, it's gonna be like some cool like kind of like I don't know, epic sounding song, but then like it total tone shift. I mean, we also complained about this during when the song first came out. We complained about the wah-wahs during
Yeah.
the done parts.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what it's trying to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
tonal. Like, it wants to be so cool and so edgy, but then also it has like this like
like
random
like whatever,
choices.
like these like screams, question mark screams in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, and then also like I have a counterpoint anecdote to Logic about like showing it to friends or whatever. So I did this at karaoke with some like other people, not you guys. I have other friends, and like they were hearing like the lyrics and they thought it was so stupid. Just like the done over and over parts. They're like laughing at it, like how dumb it sounds.
Dumb.
But yeah, yeah, dumb. And there's like the gone part too, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next we have Nagisa Cycle with Geoff and me. We both picked it as our favorites. So Geoff, you can start it off.
Yeah, so I mean, between the two title tracks, Done and Nagisa Psycho, Nagisa Psycho is much more enjoyable. Watching it performed. Music video was pretty good, although with like minor complaints as we talked about previously, like the height of the ceiling, or like random swimsuit scenes. I don't know, but
Hey, that's the best part of it.
noted
Yeah.
gravure
Connoisseur.
connoisseur Matt.
Yes. You've bought more Gravure magazines than me.
Of course.
Expose.
I enjoy it from a distance. I don't actually support it directly. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's very upbeat. I mean it fits Nagisa, and then yeah,
Mhm.
as the members always say, it's like upbeat, but then it's like slightly sad lyrics saying not like Nagisa bye
Mm.
bye all that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a very appropriate
It has like
grad
some.
song for her.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. And it has like some good wordplay of the whole Nagisa cycle. Okay, it's both Nagisa the member and also Nagisa the beach. So that's good. We kind of talk about the different tones of songs. And I think we noticed this pattern now. It's been 2 years now of this pattern. Like last year, you had Koito Ai, which is your cool, edgy kind of song, and then you had Skira Mushi as your upbeat, fun song. And then this year we had Done as your cool, edgy song, and then Nagisa Cycle as your upbeat, fun song. So it's kind of the pattern we have going. I guess it kind of you can appeal to both markets or both group categories of fans, I guess, if you do that pattern. But then also for some of us who don't like the cool edgy song, it's always oh, okay, the spring song is going to be the one I'm not going to like. But then I guess it makes looking forward to the fall song more exciting. But who knows? Maybe the next song they'll break the pattern, or they'll go in a completely different direction next year. But yeah, I really like. I guess it's just a fun song to listen to, and fun to dance along to during they did the whole they tried to be viral with the whole dance thing on TikTok, on social media, yeah. And they kind of did the whole Chica Idol thing. Oh, you can record the song and post it on social media during the concerts. So, which I'm not sure if it really panned out or not.
No.
But yeah, it's always fun trying to doing the dance with the pin lights and stuff during. And now I was able to finally experience it when I went to a Knife show earlier this month. So, and like I say, yeah, it's much better than Done. Even though it was only one time.
Wait, you
You
didn't go to any shows since basically September?
August.
Fua Seitansai, which was end of September. And that was before before Nagisa Cycle came out, yeah. And then that was the last one because I couldn't actually win any other shows because of stupid Senshiraku bullshit and schedules and stuff. Yeah, yeah. So I hadn't gone to any shows since September, and then December was the first one I went to.
Good times.
Yep. We should make that a category: best theater show we all went to. Just randomly individual. Arco only has one choice.
Yeah.
Both the best and worst show he went to. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah. Nagisa Cycle, very good song.
Yeah. I think it's probably
and then
it's it's the least controversial single or main song since Date. So good job, Nagisa.
Yeah.
Nobody really hates your song.
Except for people whose Oshis didn't get into the Sabatsu.
Well, they
should have tried harder.
Yeah, they should have bought more.
Should have bought more seeds. They did! Xeon fans.
Well, they're Xeon. They need to tell Xeon to not do weird things on Instagram, I guess.
Yeah. Also, hey, shout out, is Muse first Sabatsu. So, yeah, you can see it was well earned as well.
Yeah.
Her
fans
sold very well.
Her fans bought.
Her fans keep buying as well.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, yeah, and then so that's my pick, but then as my runner-up, I also have Enjoy Buriko, which I guess before Nagisa Cycle came out, this would have been my best song of the year just because that's how bad the other album songs were. And the song is okay, it's fun to listen to, it has the whole the hey, parts, and it was fun during the concerts when they did it, and I keep on saying it sounds like a Disneyland parade song or something, but it's that kind of upbeat, fun, dumb song. And the music video I mean, this should be like peak Logic content. This is like Zoomer content, but I think it's like one of those things like when you see people like when you're self-aware about it being like Zoomer content, you're not interested in it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
I think they were trying to push too hard with Enjoy Bureko, in my opinion.
Right.
No, I just nah. Like the whole like thing like where they did like what was it like they did like YouTube like bits and like TikTok bits and like the music video.
Mm-hmm.
It just came off as really try hard, like in a cringe way. But
It's
yeah.
like doing super crazy editing and stuff. Like beginner film student like you use like star wipes
Yeah.
for transitions and stuff. It's kind of like that kind of level.
And they haven't done
Yeah,
anything
but
with
it's-
Ripple since like the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is a unit apparently, but they didn't really do anything.
They were trying to make into the new Queen Tab, but then like they didn't get the same like reaction as Queen Tab did, so like they just gave up, and like silently gave up as they do with a lot of things.
Yeah. As more solo stuff got done better, like Kojin had the Lainu, and Karen has the Dazzlin stuff, so it's like also it's weird because it's like you can kind of see this as a weird like maybe semi gory push group as well because Kojin, Mikana, Sakatan.
And then you had Kata and Shin IP and Ayapyon as well.
Yeah. Like these are like the fashionable or the the photogenic members is what they called it.
Yeah, they called it the photogenic members, I think. The photogenic
Yeah.
unit.
Yeah. It's like the very online members.
Literally.
Especially for Karen and IP. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Seishun, enjoy Buriko. I enjoyed it. All right, Arc.
Okay. Yeah, so I said Jinsei Wanaganda. Yeah, I mean it's probably like even Ryan has said that it's the best grad song ever, which is kind of surprising because I thought he liked acting tough, but whatever. It's just like it's just I don't know. I like it. It's really it has a good vibe to it as a song, and like the music video is I think just feels like really good. I don't know what this says about my priorities. I don't know.
You're a huge fan of Shinagawa Station.
Yes, I am actually not a huge fan of Shinagawa Station. It's the worst station I've ever been in Japan, or possibly also the U.S. But whatever. Anyway, and I thought obviously.
Standards.
Yeah. And like I think there's some cool stuff about it. Like they're all the costumes has like leopard print on it somehow, and just like and I really like the lyrics. I like the theme. I don't know. I like the song. Big news.
Yeah, I think when you say like this is the best graduation song, I think the bar for that is really low. So, but I definitely see. Yeah, I think it's like I think it's the first year we had like where the graduation song, except for Geoff, who's being controversial. First thing being controversial.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the first year where this was not the worst song of the year. Usually the graduation song is like the easy pick for worst song of the year. But he changed his answer
Yes,
though.
because I reminded him it existed. And then, well, I actually was thinking. So during Nagisa's grad performance, literally like 3 hours ago, at the last encore song, she sang this, and then the members came out and sang it with her, and then she had like the audience sing it with her. And I was like, oh, well, maybe now Geoff will change his mind, and lo and behold, he did.
That was good.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I changed it before that, but
Yes, I know, but good on you,
yeah,
Geoff.
I mean,
The 11th hour
once the
change.
like the rage and hatred faded away, and then I could
Yeah,
appreciate
what-
the song
Hatred.
and the lyrics.
Well, it's nice to know you have a
Hatred.
healthier relationship to idols than Ryan, but this is another song which I got Nagisa to sing to me in Hanashikai, so that was also pretty cute.
No.
How to use up several tickets when you can't speak Japanese.
Or you can just tell them pickup lines, because
Or show them your amiibos.
Or show them your Christmas party.
or
Oh, yeah.
American supermarkets.
Or show them the Christmas tree
Or-
and get people to tell them Merry
Or
Christmas.
shout a 7-Eleven. Just yeah, basically, yeah. If you're listening, yeah, if you need pro tips for dumb ideas for handshake events and Hashikai events,
We got
That's
him.
your
Go on
go-to.
enemy
I got
board.
you. I got you.
We have so many.
Yeah. Okay, so next we'll get into the member categories. So yeah, we have a bunch of some members that joined. Actually, literally a year when we did the last year's one. I mean, a couple days after is when Knife Gen debuted. So we just missed them. So since then, though, we have like basically a whole year. They've been in the group for a year. They've had their first anniversary. They'll be having a first anniversary special show to Geoff's discern or whatever. So yeah, we have a category. This is kind of like a recurring one we have whenever we have the opportunity to talk about new generations. But yeah, so the 9th Gen Memorial Award or Best New Member of the Year. So exclusive to 9th Gen members. So there were 17 9th Gen members introduced in the last year. And some of us found our favorites. Some of us still looking. Some of us are doing this just for the sake of doing it. So we'll start off with Aruda, the number one 9th Gen fan here.
Okay, so for the best new member, best 9th Gen, for me it gotta be Aobara Waka or Wakatan. So yeah, she is the captain of 9th Gen, the current Nagisa Saiko Senbatsu also. What's more to be said?
I mean, I don't think this.
She's
needs
boring.
This
No,
doesn't, this doesn't really need to be objective.
I mean,
and also she also quite did well in the Senbatsu. Performed well. Yeah, so
okay.
she's good addition for NNB.
I think she's very solid. Yeah, she's like responsible leadership. But what made people question her selection as Senbatsu is that she doesn't have the potential of like being a
Also, she
star.
doesn't sell that well compared to the other 9th Gens. Like,
She doesn't need to be has potential for a star to be just to be in Senbatsu. She's not aiming for the center.
Yeah, but it's just unusual for them to pick like Kenkyusei in Senbatsu without that potential.
Well, I mean,
It's usually management like trying like, oh, we're gonna try something.
yeah, she's trying to avoid creating another Sakatan and Friends.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think part of it is
Yeah.
that she is dependable, and they don't think she's going to explode, as opposed to perhaps some past pushes who have exploded, and some pushes who may come to explode.
Backfired.
I will say, yeah, I was at least, I from a distance, I guess. Like when I saw her at like random shows or whatever, I was like, oh yeah, she definitely seems like she has her stuff together. She's not like she seems like somewhat, seasoned or like not afraid to be on stage, not afraid to talk, can talk, which is better than like most, new gen members, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't know if she did any like idol stuff in the past or not. Ardo, you can tell me. Is she completely fresh or she's?
Yeah,
I think she's also she's the one who tried to like.
Yeah, she was just a
tried to-
fan of NNB, not no background of Chica Idol or some sort of that thing.
Okay, so she knows like the vibe to go for, I guess. And then wasn't she the one who like she auditioned for NMB like for several generations? I think since like 6th generation or 7th generation, and kept on failing, and finally.
Yeah, she started
got into
auditioning
9th gen.
from 6th gen, I think.
Oh, wow.
She dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
And 7th gen, well, too bad.
Yeah.
8th gen, dodged that.
Dodged a bullet.
Yeah. Dodged being lost in the mix, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, definitely seemed like I've been impressed with her, but I guess like Arda has or not Arda, Arkasas has
Yeah,
hot take about.
I think she's fine. She's, kind of pretty and, kind of talented and like, there's nothing wrong with her. But her Miyokuri Tayo is just, it's terrible. It was really bad. It was hilariously bad.
So you were a fan of Miyokuri now?
Well,
Just like Matt.
I mean, like, I feel like it's
Just
a
like
good
Logic.
I mean, I think it's a good reflection of their general attitude towards fans, though. Because, like, if you can't even bother in, like, a 3-second Miyokuri, then why should I try you out?
I mean, maybe,
That's just my opinion.
yeah, maybe she was just scared of me because, white guy, but I don't know.
It was the second white guy she saw that day.
Yeah,
Because we were both on the same row. I
that's
was
two
the
more
first,
than
like,
the
first
usual
one
day.
on the Yep.
I saw her in the Christmas party the other day, and in Miyoko, she was completely normal, like nothing good, nothing bad. So
Yeah, I think that's kind of it's like very middle of the pack kind of, and like I think they probably made the complaints for her being in Senbatsu is like, yeah, probably definitely not the first pick for Senbatsu, not the second pick probably, third pick okay.
No.
Third pick, no, I disagree.
Well,
She's
but still.
like 4th or 5th, maybe. Like that's a
Oh.
huge maybe. Okay, another hot take.
Hey, she was the first. She was the first Knife Gen to get promoted.
Well,
During the announcements.
isn't that really just because she comes first
I mean,
The
in
meaning
order?
of promotion right now is kind of useless. It's kind of
Mm,
meaningless
right.
right now.
But yeah, also it's weird because like okay, so she was captain of the Knife Gen, and now what's gonna happen because she's got transferred to B2, so
She's gonna be the
it's all on
captain.
Hono P.
She's going to usurp Deguchi.
Yeah.
She's gonna start a coup in B2.
Yes, the anti-Deguchi coup and anti-Mako.
All right. Okay, next Logic.
Right. I think this one is, to me, this one's really obvious. The best new member this year for me was Hagare. Like, I don't think anything else needs to be said. Like, she sells insanely well in Hanashikai and in real events. Like, she sold, like, 20, 30 something slots in Nagisa Cycle, and, like, which was really impressive for, like, someone who just joined for, like, a year. She's on par with, like, front pack, like, 8th gen, like,
Undergirls, yeah. And
like Ayapion, Mako, or Zeon, for instance, and I think that's really impressive, given by how short she has been in the group, and also the fact that she has been like the center of the 9th gen stage. As I haven't seen her perform, but I've heard really good things about her Tayo and her her performing prowess, and yeah, I think like all in all, like she's just like I think she is undoubtedly the best new member of the year. Like she sells well, she dances well, she performs well. Her Tayo is apparently great. What else needs to be said? So yeah.
do you actually like her personally?
No, I'm just speaking from like a distance. Like, look, my information on this is from secondhand information from things I've heard from other fans around me and other friends, like fandom friends around me. But I think objectively speaking, she is selling really well,
Yeah.
which I think to me deserves the spot here.
Yeah, I mean it's just funny because I didn't treat the member slots objectively at all.
We know.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like she like started out for like 1 slot, 2 slot,
Yeah,
And
everyone
then-
except
And then she
Walking
like
Time
worked,
started 1 slot.
started with 1.
and then like she
And they
worked
get,
all the way up to like 4, 5, or something like that. I think
Yeah,
on some
Yeah, that's
days.
ridiculous.
basically had like a new slot
like
every round.
every single Wednesday when they say like, oh, okay, like there are new slots this round, you just see how
Yeah, it was really
almost
it was
every
really
day.
fucking annoying updating the slot the chart for her.
This is why Geoff hates her. Made me do more work. Yeah, I definitely like. Yeah, I was definitely like, I'm kind of like whenever they go full on like gory push or like push someone to the center, I'm like, kind of like I don't want anything to do with that. But I could definitely see it was it's valid. Just because like I could tell from like after the second Knife Gen show I went to, I was like, okay, yeah, Ray Pawn definitely has like the aura. She definitely knows what to do, like to appeal to all the idol fans. We'll give we'll like wave and res
I
to
think
everyone.
like the only thing that I do have something to like say about her, like to criticize, is just that like there is like some things from the past that got leaked that may potentially backfire, but it hasn't yet. So therefore, she's like objectively speaking, I think she's still the most like new member of the year.
And then
Yeah.
like when I say the lack of potential for Wakatan, like Repo is the opposite. She has the star potential.
Yeah.
So I don't follow 9th gen, but I know enough that I can see like Repo.
Yeah, but then you saw yourself what happened to the star potential in NNB. I mean, they fall. They were fallen before even rise to the highest.
The brightest star shines half as bright.
Yeah, from Ayan, Kokona.
Oh.
I mean my Oshis are definitely not that type. So
yeah.
Definitely not.
It's just because people have shit taste.
Yes, Geoff. Yes, you do.
Everyone else is wrong. I can't be the only one that's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
everyone else who disagreed, shit taste.
Am I wrong? No, it must be the children who are wrong.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, Logic.
Yes, Logic, you are wrong.
Wow.
Use your Zoomer opinions anyway. Yeah. Raypon definitely I think sticks out at theater shows and stuff. I mean, even Arc.
Yeah, she's okay. I mean, she puts in effort. I mean, like she was like, "Oh, thank you," and it's like, well, I mean, I would appreciate it more if you put in effort to learn how to pronounce the dental fricative, but whatever.
That's like impossible for Japanese people.
Well, I don't know, man. It's also also not possible for Matt. So what are you gonna do? This jokes only Geoff would understand. Yeah, I mean, I think like her big flaw is that like she's a landmine, and all the landmines that could be in the past couple of years, all the landmines that could be stepped on have been stepped on. So I think that's why management is kind of not pushing her as hard as they could. That and the Sakatan.
Like more or less like skeptical.
Yeah.
Insert step on me emote.
I mean, like, I think at the end of the day, like, with the idol business, it's like, it's a matter of optics, so, like, even, like, so when people know about, like, oh, okay, there might be things from the past that could potentially backfire, like, despite, it might not be true, or it might just be, like, mere rumors or whatever, and you might not know for sure if that's really the case, that doesn't really give a good look. Like, it's not a good look.
Yeah, just the fact that there is material for rumors is not good.
Yeah. Like optics.
But
so
the creep.
I can see why they're not pushing.
Yeah, but the creepy old dudes love her. So hey.
Well,
they're the most fickle ones.
Yeah. Logic, creepy old dude confirmed.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's Raypon. Next, Geoff.
Yeah, I don't follow 9th gen much, as you know, but Real P has been the one I've always been most interested in because she's pretty, and she said she likes Chihi.
That's the only reason, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I watch her showroom sometimes. She's like okay, I mean, but still, nothing has really drawn my attention to like really make me want to support her seriously. So, yeah, not much to say here. I was
Ryopi actually looked really prettier in real life when I saw her in theater and during Handshake.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty Anshu.
I mean, okay, actually,
say that.
Wow, I can see that. Okay, now that you've mentioned it.
Right? I mean, that's the craziest thing, yeah. When I saw her, well, shit's Anshu. Also, she's like tall Anju as well, right?
And we all know how you
She's the
feel about
tallest,
tall
Ninth
girls.
gens. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, even then, like that got my attention of her. Then the whole like
The Mario thing.
even say her name fast enough. Yeah, Nishijima Rio. I also want to say Nishijima Mario, but it's add an extra ma. But yeah, so her like unofficial nickname is Mario. There's like some fans that will make like Mario Uchiwas of her. I was in line. I was talking to I was at the Makahari handshake event, right? And I was like talking to Aruda, who was like in line for Wakatan,
Wakatan,
yes. And and I was dressed up in my Wario costume, and then Rio P was like next to her, and like I was talking to Aruda, just talking, and then like this random Japanese guy behind us was like, "Hey, Rio P is in that lane over there."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, I know. I'm just talking to him. I'm not going to her. Just calm down, dude. I'm not cutting. I don't know. Dude's like probably getting angry that we were talking like in English or whatever, and white guy is here. What's he doing here? So that's just random.
Random anecdote.
Yeah, about Rio P. Eventually, I finally went to her, did the 2-shot with like a Mario hat. And that was okay. Okay, next arc.
Okay. I tried to be kind of objective with these, so I did not put down the one I actually like. But I put down Yoshimi Ayane because I think of all the ninth gen has had some trouble getting people to like tell which member is which because there are just so many of them. Like,
Yeah.
which can
Y'all racist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when even the Asians
Be
agree
an
with
Asian,
me.
being a racist. Another Asian.
Well, I mean, plenty of Chinese people are racist against the Japanese, but that's a different
Okay.
conversation. Anyway, she's got like I feel like she's done the most to like be her own person and like have her own character and stand out. And with her piano thing, so she's done like she was playing the piano in Nagisa's grad concert. She was playing the piano at like one of the events.
Mm-hmm.
Matt will tell me which one. And then
that was the 2-shot event. In Osaka. And also the like she does random like street piano, like because like stations will have like a random street piano, and she'll go and do like TikToks or Instagrams there too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and then she has like her own YNN show, which exists. I don't necessarily know if it's any good or not, but it's there. So
watched
yeah,
one
I mean
episode
she's.
and they basically just do the MBTI personality test.
Well, that's great. Now we know some more useless bullshit about the members. What more could you want?
Why are we all here?
Why else would you watch YNN?
I remember that was Sion's gimmick. She was really into that. I think that's how like all the members discovered that.
Yeah,
thing. Like she kept talking about MBTI. Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, she's got a well-defined character and a bunch of people that don't have well-defined characters, and she's putting it to good use. So.
Yeah, and to add on top of that, she does showroom pretty regularly. I think she actually won the 48 group, the showroom 48 group. What was it? Shinin.
The
newcomer.
Like the
newcomer.
Upcoming. Yeah, the upcoming award for like showroom. So I think like she's definitely putting effort into like that front as well, which I do respect.
It's because she like used to do showroom before joining NMB or something.
Yeah. She used to be a showroom streamer.
Oh. I didn't
before
know.
joining NMB. So she basically knows all the showroom strategy for the players.
Like senpai members would ask her for advice on how to do the three loops bullshit for throwing stars. And then when showroom changed their system recently, like she was the first one to know and like write a guide on how to do it. Yeah, so she among like showroom is one thing, and then like she's like super like active on social media. Like today, so Yoshimoto put an ad in the Asahi Shimbun newspaper, and then she tweeted it before the Asahi newspaper account did, and so they quoted her. So she's like crazy and like super like
Yeah.
active in like trying to promote herself and the group. So like,
yeah, I
but
mean some Japanese fans also dub her as the next coming of Wakapon.
really, damn.
Wait,
Yeah.
Why?
Because of
Why? Yeah.
yeah, I mean because she looks smart and strategic in showroom, and then also being approached by Asahi Shimbun as well for an article.
Yeah, but to me, like the try hard rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of like the new Yunanan.
Yes.
And we all know how that turned out.
So
Perfectly
even
fine.
Can tell us
Ryan
very
actually like
well.
Yeah.
commented in the Discord today saying that like her tryhardness won him over, just like Karen's. But like,
Yes. Well, no, it's that she's like Karen, except she actually has talent.
oh,
Oh.
Ooh.
She also hasn't betrayed me yet, so
Well, she's still got plenty of time.
You're still
Yeah,
canceling
give her a
Karen
chance,
over
I'll-
like
I'll make it
the
happen.
candy stuff.
All this talk about like her like being her social and like some other members we talked about already. Like we should have like a category for like most online member.
And then what IP will win for sure.
It's like IP Karen, Yoshimin, Yunanon, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I guess other comment. I guess where I liked her. She plays Dragon Quest, so that's a good. That's always a plus for me. You know, playing games. So she actually like started doing that on the game club streams as well. And actually, I got good res from her during the Miyakuri where I drew a picture. I wrote Yoshimin slime and drew a picture of a slime. And she did a little like slime pose. So easy res, easy target. So already in good hands.
you mean you're the easy target?
Yeah.
He's a born again res believer.
Yep. Yes. Okay, and then this is not objective, I guess, but I'll make a case for my best Knife Gen member, and that is Nishiyuma, the member who really got my attention into Knife Gen, really like sold me on Knife Gen. I mean, I usually was a little hesitant because like I mean I look for like okay who has like video games in their profiles or whatever as like my initial like target, and I've been burned on that way too many times, and then it redeemed itself later. So I didn't really talk about video games at first. Talked about Disneyland because I like Disneyland as well. And that was like my first interaction with her. It was like I got like 3 tickets for her. I was like, "Hey, I saw you like Disneyland," and she just started talking about Disneyland like for the whole call. I didn't have to say anything. So she's very good at like leading the conversation, like in the calls and stuff. Like you give her something to talk about, she'll talk her head off. So it's very good reaction, really good responses. So for that, I really like that. And then I'm not sure if she coined it, but I'll give her credit for it for the whole like big love meme. She always writes like big love to the members. So then I made like the sign like Nishiyuma big love, and then that became like a recurring thing. And she does play games. Like I mean, I think Taiko Drum Master Rhythm Game is like her main ones. Like she got like featured on that TV show with the Kamiwaza with Nagisa like, as like one of Nagisa's coaches. So she got like some publicity for that. Also, we didn't talk about Yoshimin with that as well, but you know she got like on her own TV moment with her going to seeing like Christmas lights. But yeah, Nishiyuma, big love. I think Aruda, you had a comment about her before too. You said that she's very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I was surprised the most by Nishiyuma when I was watching Nine Gen show, because she was right in front of me, and the way she dances was really unique that I really like it watching. It was kind of funny, but yeah, it was fun to watch. And also when I try Harana Shikai for the singles, yeah, she was fun to talk. I just asked about what she like about cosplaying, and then she just talk non-stop about it.
Yeah, she's like a huge
Yeah.
like nerd stuff like anime. I think like her like profile banner has like a bunch of like Love Live crap on her Twitter account.
And also when during handshake for for Nenjen Miyukuri she was also quite energetic.
Yeah, the whole group. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
her gimmick is like she's really loud, and like the whole thing is like when she's like around Reiko, who she really likes, she gets really quiet and shy. But then outside of that, she's like very noisy and loud. So sad for her that she only got to be around with Reiko for a year.
Alas.
Maybe she can carry on the Reiko hype girl persona. Okay, so yeah, those are our picks for the best Knife Gen members. So next we'll move on to most improved member. So this can be various reasons for this. Hey, they got into Sabatsu, or they got a higher position in the group. They got some good work. They got real work. They got good jobs. Bunch of various reasons for why someone improved this year over the previous year. So we'll start with Aruda. It's kind of an interesting pick, but okay.
Yeah. Because I picked the Tanaka Yukino for most improved member because among the kids groups of NMB member right now, she's the most mature, I think. The most mature, and she kinda show her leadership, at least in teaching dance for others. And also, in my opinion, the best dancer in Eggen. And she also got her own danceable unit now in form of Twinkle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's progressed a lot compared to last year.
Yeah,
Well, last year she was just the dangerous girl.
Well, I mean, she's
Yeah.
always been like kind of the default leader of 8th gen. Since the beginning, she's been very mature. But yeah, then of course she was also named vice captain of N and stuff, so management is like recognizing that.
Even though she is dangerous.
It's only dangerous if you think it is. It's on you.
Sure.
Yeah. She's only dangerous during summer.
Well,
yeah.
today
All
she
seasons are
performed
dangerous.
Shower no Atada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess captain of Danceable 2. So,
Dance
but not
harder.
Jeff's favorite Twinkle. But not Jeff's favorite Twinkle member, ironically. All right. Next, Logic.
I think for me this year it'll have to be Ayapyeon, Sakurada Ayaka, mainly because I think like this has been like a pretty decent year for her in the sense that like she got promoted, she got like quite a bit of outside work with Splatoon and stuff, which I think that was nice, like branching out into like other areas of work. She also sold quite well as far as I remember for Nagisa Cycle, and yeah, I think in general this has just been like a really good year for her in the sense that like outside work, got promoted, Hanashi Kai sales are doing great. What else is there to say? So yeah.
Also, well, not Senbatsu, but she was also at the point where people were surprised that she wasn't picked.
Yeah, like kind of at the edge of Senbatsu at this point, so like borderline.
I think she's like number 3 or 4 in line.
3.
Yeah. It's like under Anon and Sion.
And who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I mean, part of her sales. I mean, yeah, she does give pretty good responses and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I think definitely the whole gimmick of her drawing pictures, I think, is definitely been a big factor in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another.
I bought 9 for one slot just because of that.
Yeah, and then adding on top of the MC Splatoon work, she also she took over the Okayama radio shows, which makes sense because she's from Okayama, but then luckily she can actually talk really well. And Jungle Radio is like kind of an internal NMB thing, so it's like kind of a proving ground before you get like outside radio work. But then she also went on like Rajiko for the first time recently. And I think you can expect her to be on radio and stuff. and like TV a lot more. And like I think also management will try to push her harder because she's already 22, right? 21, 22. So like
21.
they want to get
21.
all the real work TM out of her in the time
Yeah.
she has left.
But then didn't we said something like that about Mew, and obviously they're only now just being like, here, Mew.
Yeah, starting to use her.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
She
I
had
feel like, yeah, I didn't
Gravy
put her as
for a
my
while.
pick.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, but that's its own can of worms.
That has like a limited appeal, right?
Yes.
But even then, like, I mean, I didn't put her as my. I mean, she is like my runner-up, or is like a weird year because I have a lot of picks for most improved. But yeah, Mew actually was, I think, has a lot of parallels to like Iappion as well. You know, great sales. Finally got rewarded though. Probably like maybe because she had kind of a head start over Iappion, but like, you know, got Tsubasa this year, but it also has like, you know, ridiculously crazy high sales, right? You know, selling out everything, adding more slots, selling those out as well. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, Geoff.
Yes,
You pick your pick.
I didn't think too hard about this, and I definitely wasn't thinking like objectively. So I picked Matsuno
No.
Mio.
Yeah, this is really surprising.
Wow.
Yes.
So one, I mean, I like her a lot personally now. Went to her Hanashikai a few times. She was good. But then she also like for her own real work TM. She also got a regular radio show. It only lasts 6 months because it's like the time slot that during the baseball season it's like the live broadcast of the game, but then in the off season they have like these radio shows. So basically it's about her. So she's along with like one of the hosts on the radio station, and they talk about music. So she's basically using her like musical talent, and then like she's I've always enjoyed her talking as well, like in her showroom and stuff. She has like a very relaxing way of speaking, and that's kind of her like character on the radio show too. Like the radio host guy is like super hype and like gets really excited talking about the songs he likes, and then like Miyochi's like, okay, old man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's some Nogizaka.
Yep, exactly.
It's a traitor.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Doc
like
points.
she randomly got picked for like some random like one-off radio show, but then like a month later she got picked for this like regular show. It's like, oh, okay. So she kind of found her lane, because like as an 8th gen fan, I see her and she's like, you know, she's in the bottom of the pack and she's the oldest. It's like concerning if she doesn't find something for herself. But she kind of has something now, and then she personally felt like she talks on the radio and then talks on the radio show about her like how the second half this year has really changed her like idol career. Yeah, it's not that much, but like if you go for like by percentage improvement, because she you know, like going from
0 to
yeah, from like 10 to 20, oh, it's 100% improvement. But yeah, actually the other member you brought up, my favorite Twinkle member, Anju, she actually kind of has also improved a lot. Like she's kind of very much on the edge of Senbatsu now. Like she when like the positions in concerts, and then she's like being pushed super hard for all this like sports stuff now because she ran the marathon last year and was willing to do it again this year. So she gets all that like real work TM for promoting the Osaka Marathon.
and she randomly like sells pretty well. Like I think a couple
Yeah.
random, like not all of her slots, but like certain days like she'll just randomly sell out like
Mhm.
all of her slots.
She has
Like,
very
I think all the real events she sold out really well.
she has very dedicated fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
You're not one of them though.
No. Yeah, I mean, I like watching Anju from afar. I'm not gonna like jump in and be like super hardcore fan at this point. Also, like spoiler for. I mean, maybe I'll let you guys talk about your choices, but I will comment on it too.
Yeah. Also, speaking of comment on something, I guess Ark, you may have comment on Mio.
Yeah, as somebody who's liked Miyochi for longer than Geoff or anybody else in the
Hey,
Kozan. Kozan.
in the forum
if you go back to the 8th gen reveal day, I said the two prettiest members were Yayoi and Miyochi.
God,
Wow.
you have such terrible taste, man. Yeah, so I do. Yeah, I was kind of surprised you picked her, but like, I can see it. I mean, she's gotten a lot more work. I mean, I feel like last year she was just sort of foundering, and now it's like she's at least actually doing things. So that's a big improvement. She started her YouTube channel lately, and
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
not it's not something either of us like regularly watch. But
I watched half the videos.
you don't watch the makeup videos. You do watch the videos with other members.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. And that's doing okay as far as member YouTube. As far as like bottom tier member YouTube channels go, it does surprisingly well for itself. Yeah, I mean she's definitely made herself actually made something of herself this year, which is a good thing. Also, she's weirdly really fishy.
Yes.
She has a pretty good memory. Like she remembered me after not seeing me for months, and I mean, admittedly, I'm easy, but yeah.
It's like maybe not fishy but clingy.
Yeah. Well, perhaps. Doesn't have a lot of fans.
Like
Has to
yes,
keep the ones she has.
I was gonna say that.
Even the few times Geoff has gone to her, he's gotten like super res from her.
Yeah. And Jeff's just Geoff. I mean,
He's just a guy.
Some dude. Not even Indonesian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then, my pick, which I thought was kind of usual that Geoff didn't pick this.
Yeah.
As Deguchi Yuina, just because he had different. I think you might picked her last year as like most improved. I'm not sure if you
maybe.
If
So yeah, that's
Geoff.
why. So to me, I followed her close. Yeah, I mean, last year was when I personally got more interested in her, and then because I followed her, maybe that's why I felt that her improvement came earlier, like even before this year. Like she was getting more food work since last year because she did the TikTok thing, got her radio show, and then being Senbatsu and done. I guess that was like January technically, but it felt natural given all the build up until then. And then Nagisa Psycho technically is her first single Senbatsu, and then like there's people who say albums don't count, so technically you could say her first Senbatsu was recent, but then it doesn't feel that way because she's got so much outside work, and so it feels like management has accepted her as like a solid Senbatsu member for a long time now. And she's like captain of non-variety, and then now also B2. So
that's illegal. You can't be captain of two things.
Conflict of interest.
Right.
But yeah, it's like she suddenly established herself from like, there was that like mini scandal with her, but several years back by now. But then she
good times
is solidly in like the, trusted member list now. Gets work and leadership positions.
Yeah. I guess like I was saying, like last year was kind of like like her whole like rise, like building up the whole like getting better and better, getting more work, and like this year's like kind of the year where it's finally rewarded.
Yeah.
Hard work is always rewarded. Takamina crossed out, Michael Scott crossed out. Wayne Gretzky. So yeah, if it's like good. Like this is like the dream. Like they sell like members. Like hey, if you work hard, you'll finally get this, right? So I think she finally got that. Whereas like certain members have also worked hard, this year or last year, and still have not gotten rewarded. But yeah, good for her. A lot of good work, and also it's still selling well. I think now she is probably, with Sadharu gone now, she's like basically second, 6th gen member probably, second gen member. Bumping off Karen. Yeah, so definitely I think she was. She was kind of a hard category for me to pick, and I already talked about Mew, how she did well, and then Yuina definitely rewarded. I think also there is a case for Karen as well. Last year was definitely like her really bad year, and then came back this year. Came back into Sabatsu for Dun, and then came back for stayed in Nagisa cycle. But even then, other outside work that Karen got was, she got to do the opening pitch for Oryx Baseball. She got the Dazzlin clothing brand deal. Has been sticking around for, as like a regular top member. The only thing I probably did not pick her as my favorite is because, or not my favorite, but as my most improved because, slightly disappointed that with all this quote unquote real work that she got, she was still barely around for her Team M. Like for a longest time, for like several months or whatever, she was not at Team M ever. So that's the only reason I think I pulled her back from me was like I didn't see her.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. Some personal things, health things,
really real work or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you would have put her down as most disappointing, but
No, that was last year, I think. All right, and then Ark, you also had
I also
Yuina's.
Yeah, I also picked Taguchi just because she was always like kind of peripheral, she was always, she was never. It never really seemed like she was in line to be in Senbatsu until she was. Especially after her difficulties back in 2021. And so it's it's good that people can really work from a bad position and work their way into Senbatsu, and who knows where else she could go. And then so my honorable mention was Ray, who had a really bad 2022. Like everything that could go wrong. Yes, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And then this year she's worked really hard. She's done. She's got so much. It's like she has every time they need somebody to put in outside work, in real work. I feel like they pick her, and it's like I can't even keep track of it. She's doing. There was a period in September where every magazine that had NMB in it had Ray in it. She solo centered the new M stage and the new song. She's still doing that 3-hour long late night radio that must be incredibly tiring. She's still doing. She did those 2 photo books. She's taking up acting, both on TV and in plays, and it's where do you? Holy shit! Where do you find time to do all this?
Was it this year that she also mentioned that she's poor?
Yeah, at the beginning of this year, she was "Yeah, I'm trying to save my money because I have no money," and it's really weird.
Okay, that explains why she has so much time.
Yeah, but now,
she also opened her YouTube channel this year.
Yeah, and that year.
Late last year, right?
It was the very end of last year, and then
New Year's Eve, I think that
she hasn't uploaded since July. But I don't know, maybe one day when you least expect it.
Yeah, she did what Luigi's Mansion 3, and then she started doing Resident Evil.
Right. The Village one.
Village, I think. Yeah. And then hasn't done anything since then.
And that's the one where she did the stream with Kojirine that we get Kojirine Tense from, which is, of course, a great moment in NMB history.
So I
Yeah.
kind of feel like she's not one of my personal favorites, so a lot of this flew under the radar for me, actually. It's a lot of outside work, like solo work. Cause like in terms of her position, she can't really improve anymore without returning to center and getting a solo center. So it's like hard to judge unless you really follow her closely.
Mhm.
So I was actually kind of surprised when you wrote her down, but after you
Yeah.
describe everything, I can see why.
Yeah.
Also,
Also the basketball stuff.
Yes, the
oh
basketball
yeah,
stuff. It's like I don't remember everything she's done. It's just I know there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
don't forget the two style books.
Yeah, that's what
Those
you
I
said, the two
do.
photographs.
Those I
Style books.
mentioned. I can see those from where I'm sitting.
He got him on his trip.
No, I never mind.
Never
Not
mind.
important.
You got it before.
Don't talk about the journey. Just you got him.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, now that you explained it, yeah, definitely makes a case for Ray. Yeah, it doesn't seem like random, but I guess yeah, her year was definitely much better this year compared to last year.
Yeah, but like for her
Um,
position and like whether she, yeah, like that
Well,
team
yeah, I
M
mean,
she
center.
didn't get
Actually,
worse.
I think a lot of people expected Mikana, but then Ray was like, yeah, okay,
yeah.
actually that's
Well,
like
but
a
the
big
thing
win
is,
for her.
management doesn't really like Mikana, so
Well, they like her enough to
Clearly,
give her like
clearly,
a
they gave her
single,
the
like a
worst
single
song to
center.
make
that's
sense.
Yeah, it's like for in terms of
Yeah.
her getting a single center though, she's in a really weird position because her single was the double center and it was like kind of Coconut graduated, but then now they're kind of moved past fifth gen and they want to do like younger centers, or at least you hope they would.
well, who
So
knows?
then,
Younger centers like Chihi.
I mean, Chihi deserves it. But
Oh, Jeff. Oh, Jeff. Old Jeffy boy.
That's the whole thing with like the whole like non-battle too. Like basically it made Chihi like a regular. Now she's like a regular top girl.
A dark time for
Up
all
there
of us.
with
Dark
yes,
times
is the
indeed.
push
up there with Kojiri and Mikana Ray.
yes.
Yeah, I think yeah. So maybe yeah, her position didn't get better, but definitely did not get worse. Whereas I think last year that was the case where it did get worse. So yeah, definitely, good for her. Okay, so we talked about improved members. Now, where there's improvement, there is always disappointment as well. So we talk about the members who went the other direction, whether that's they lost their Sabasu spot, they didn't just, or they lost some kind of status. Basically, they didn't quite work hard as we thought they should have. It's not really, this category is not really to dunk on the members or say this member sucks. There's another category for that. It's the Chihi Award. Anyway, we got the most disappointing member. So yeah, basically members who this year did not go well for them. Is kind of what we got. So starting off, we got Aruda.
Okay. For this category, I have to pick Anon or Izumi Ayano. Yeah, because
Pretty obvious.
she is my main complaint of Tetra casting
Oh my god.
for the drama.
I was gonna joke that you were gonna complain about her hair length, but you actually are.
Yeah, I mean, okay, wait. It's hard to ignore when you saw Wei-chan was into the hero as Akari and even coloring and her hair, and she also doing twin tails. But on the other hand, you have Anon who should play a short hair girl, but still keeping her long hair. Maybe if only Uka is still in the group, the role probably would have gone to her.
Oh,
I mean, if they really wanted short hair, they could have picked Wakanyan or something.
Well, she
Okay.
didn't have any experience in acting.
Well, neither
And
does.
also she kinda did nothing or even didn't look trying after winning Nambattle Luck, which should be her riding the momentum and also being in the Senbatsu. Yeah, she also didn't look like put much into any interest in trying new things.
She's always been like that. She just lacks self-confidence. So like, yeah, that's why you
Yeah,
get complaints about her getting pushed like from Ryan, like.
yeah, yeah. That was one of my point as well. That management has been pushing her many times, but yeah, seems like she didn't push back much effort in trying new things. Maybe definitely in the bottom of 63 now. I think, in my opinion.
Clearly, because she's the only 63 member not in Tsubasa.
I mean,
Like,
so
yeah, I
her
think. Okay, go
fans
ahead.
finally like got the message, I guess, and like, well, okay, non-battle they voted and got her into like 8th place, right? But then after that, her sales dropped. She was dropped in Senbatsu. But then this time she's selling well again, so I think that her fans got the message, and then I think she's also getting more confidence. Big part of that is that she's done more acting. Like I've gone to see some of her plays, and like she's getting more confident, and feels like that's something she wants to pursue more seriously. So then, yeah, she also got offered the role in Idol Shikaku to
Yeah,
Aruda's dismay, but I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I
she's
think.
always never like she's never exudes confidence and doesn't like it's hard to support her, I guess.
yeah. I mean, it's her 6th year right now
Yeah.
in NNB.
It was like her. Like, her staying on for Done was kind of a weird thing. Like, a weird choice,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Okay. Obviously, unless you make the case, yeah, I guess, as like you said before, like, oh, albums and bosses don't count. But even then, it's like, okay, why keep her? Like, she should have been a one and done member, pun intended, with the non-battle 2 choices. But then also they kept Reiko on there, right? So it is like, it's like a weird, like, I guess, like,
Yeah,
kind
then
of, because
the argument
like, non-battle 2 shouldn't have been like the end all be all. Okay, these are our top members for now and forever. But clearly,
Yeah.
absolutely, so for some of them, they got that message. Okay, like Xeon. Okay, she was one done, and that they got rid of her. To the Xeon fans' dismay. But then, like, members like Anon and Reiko staying on was a kind of a weird, like, decision. And yeah, as we saw, I think apparently she felt like, oh, I'm good for life now. And then when she got dropped from Nagisa Cycle, she went on that whole, like, what was, like, a week long, 2 week long, like, emo break, like radio silence.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I remember.
And then, like, came back finally for the Nagoya leg of the
Hosting
tour. That was
hosting
when
on
she finally,
TikTok again.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
so that's also one thing like feels like she's finally gained more motivation. Like she lost weight, like you can see. Like Ryan will say something here.
No more Jigglypuff. No more Jigglypuff comment.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like her. She's cute. She's from Kyoto, so I want her to do well. But it's hard to. Yeah, I
to root
agree.
for her.
Been. She's never made it easy. Like she's like I hear from her fans all the time. She's like super tsundere in like handshake events and hanashikai. Like she gets like you try to compliment her on something and she like says like no or like she doesn't really take it.
Which is kind of like a weird, like, if you misinterpret that message, it can, like, kind of turn you off. And,
Yeah.
like, well, fuck her and ditch her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely she was definitely like one of my at the near the top of my list for, like, most disappointing, just because like this unfortunate circumstances this year.
Well, that was kind of obvious for that one, but yeah.
Yeah, she felt like the Karen of this year. Got dropped and I took it really hard. But I feel like definitely she's been, I think, slightly better positioned than Karen was last year. She's top undergirl, right? So there's that, and then her sales were very good for Nagisa Cycle. Okay, next, Geoff.
Yeah. So I picked Kamino Zeon.
Hot take coming up.
Well, so it's like kind of it's like semi what is it? I don't know, semi objective and then also looking forward to the future. It's a turning point for her. So she missed out on both Senbatsu for Dun and Nagisa Cycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's like the complication of like end of last year, early this year, she had to like kind of hunt a period where she was punished for like supposedly having a private Instagram or something like that. I don't want to get too
Yeah.
much into it, but
Mm.
it affected things like she was never allowed to perform in center for B2 even when like Wakanyan was absent. Instead, like other members did it. Um,
Like Yunanan.
yeah, so Yunanan did it instead. Uh, Even though she sold really well in Done,
All
NMB13, like
Done and Nagisa Cycle, yeah.
yeah, of course, and that didn't bring her back into Nagisa Cycle. So she was one of the most surprising misses for Nagisa Cycle Senbatsu. But yeah, her fans haven't given up, so she has a very dedicated fan base. She has the charm to like, keep those fans and keep them motivated. Um, she's a good dancer. She's in Twinkle. Like the biggest thing she needs to improve is her MC and talking.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's still really young, so she has the potential.
But you could compare her to like,
Misaki.
Misaki or even Yukino, same age, right?
Yeah.
And they can talk way better than her.
No, Yukino's not that great either.
Yeah. Misaki better. The best of the JK1 drama. She's the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Zeon has potential to be, frontline Senbatsu. I mean, I don't like praising her so much when Ryan also loves her, but then doesn't actually put any effort into supporting her.
Ryan doesn't put any effort into supporting anyone,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
The Ryan
Well,
way.
being fans doesn't need to spending effort for the Oshi.
Yeah.
He's like why don't you do the thing I want you to do, and then he's like doesn't happen, and he's like the bike meme, right? He's the Nanaho bicycle meme.
Yeah, but I think
Uh,
like when you have fans supporting her this hard and then she's not rewarded, fans will eventually get frustrated and give up on the group.
right.
So
Right.
she's someone I want to see rewarded to like for the health of the group. If that makes sense. Like that's like kind of an objective look at it.
Yeah.
Is it because I have a friend who's a Zeon Oshi, and then he said things like, if you like if she graduates, then like he's leaving NMB because like he's frustrated with like treatment of hers. So if she's the one keeping him on. So I'm sure there are other people who feel like that. And not just about Zeon, but about their own Oshis too. So that's like the fragile state of NMB, I guess. Or it's just like this, not just NMB, but like the 48 system.
Yeah, or idols in general, right? Yeah, once your favorite leaves, it's kind of hard to stick around. Unless you're insane like me and treat it like Pokemon, where once you lose all your favorites, then this time call it quits. But and you keep on catching new ones, so you stay
you have one that's still alive with like 10 HP, and you make it back to a Pokemon Center.
Yeah. Oh no, they have like half HP, but like they have poison, so you like get like just limping around every 2 steps, hoping you don't take too much damage. Yeah, it's like that. I definitely I think like with especially like now this is like twice her fans have been burned. I feel like this is her last shot, and if they don't like put her in the next angle, I think this might be it for her. Like she'll lose hope. Her fans definitely probably lose hope.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows? I mean, you said like
she's like she's super young, so like she has the potential to stay in Senbatsu for a long time and grow. I think she can grow a lot. So she's a good long-term asset. So treat her well, please.
Yeah. Or she could end up like big fucking off and leaving because Which, understandably, yeah, if I was in a position, I'd be like, yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna go back to being a Chica idol or whatever. All right, next to Ark.
Okay, so I went with the controversial one.
Ooh,
yeah. So I picked Sakata Misaki. So Sakatan has been pushed a lot since she's joined the group. She was really well. So she was the only 8th gen in Shonichi for
No, Yukino.
whatever for the Beatos. Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But she was,
Barely.
she was really, she was
the
like
Jinmato, whatever.
I'm told, so I'm told she has like great expressions and she's great at performing and blah 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 blah. And so at the beginning of this year, she makes Senbatsu. They make her center for Seishun no Laptime 2023. They put her on all these music shows. They make her. They're trying to set her and Kato up, or so everyone thinks, as like
Yeah.
the new Ume Yamamoto or whatever.
Yamamoto, yeah.
And yet, like, basically since around midway, since like June or July, it feels like, they've continued to push Kato, and they've really, like, pulled back on Sakatan. And it's really noticeable that, like, they've stopped doing, well, as we said, they've stopped playing the new Seishun no Laptime. They don't, they've not, it's like she didn't become B2 center. Kato is B2 center. People thought it was double center, but it's not. Kato's just the center. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Well, no, actually, I think it's a good thing, but, anyway. And she's just, it feels like they've just made, they've made her smaller. She's just, and she hasn't really done anything to, like, try and push against the tide. She's just sort of there now. And it's like, her future is uncertain. We don't,
Yeah, I think to add on top of that, I feel like, given by, like, obviously they've given her a ton of opportunities this year, especially with, like, again, with, like, Seishun no Laptime 2023 being on TV, like on primetime TV, or in general, just her being center in, like, concert, like, in some bits of the concert, or, like, even in, like, Koen and stuff. But in my, like, but then the thing is, it's not really translating well into, like, actual, for instance, sales, or, or even just buzz. Like, at least, okay, for instance, like, for sales, like, Kato, the Gory Push, I can justify. At least, like, she's selling, like, decently well. Like, I think she sold, like, 20 something slots this.
She's doing okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Better than Sakatan.
Yeah.
Sakatan, on the other hand, I'm just pulling up, like, the chart, but, like, she sold, I think she sold 6 out of 59.
Yeah,
Which
she has
is
a
not
weak
great.
sales.
That's like the bottom of the barrel,
Yeah.
and, like, I'm sorry, my tea is selling more than she is. That kind of says
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway,
she's only outselling Reiko, who's literally graduating, and
Reiko and
Yumin, which is a different story.
Yeah, and so it feels like it's not, like, despite all of the things and all of these opportunities she has been given, it doesn't feel like she's actually translating those into actual popularity or into actual, fans. Like, even for instance with, like, TV shows, like, I know, like, Evie is gonna say that no, Sakatan got, like, buzz or whatever, but, like, let's be honest, like, her being on Seishun no Laptime 2023 on primetime TV, did that really make people go, oh my god, who's this girl? I want to know more about NMB. Did that really happen? I personally don't think so. So, she doesn't really generate the buzz. She doesn't really, attract fans either, and so she's just kind of there now, where they've given a ton of opportunities to her, but then she's not really translating those, into actual fans, and now she's just kind of there in the kind of middle.
Yeah, so a couple points. So actually, there's that, like, video of, there's like a dokiri, like a prank where Nagisa
with the
pretended
one with Nagisa.
That's
Yeah.
a Nagisa.
to be like a really mean senpai, and Sakatan was the kohai she
The
was.
mark, the
Yeah.
target. Yeah.
Apparently, so that has like 3 million views on YouTube, and she said like some people actually went to her Hanashikai after finding her from that.
Well, fair enough.
So at least anecdotally, there's a few from that like viral thing.
A few.
So,
Well,
but
I think
obviously
for
looking at
Sakatan, I think for Sakatan, she actually did quite well for the sales during last year, but then she's kind of dropped after
yeah,
being
that's
pushed into the center
yeah,
position.
yeah. Like for among 8th gen, she was selling well in the beginning, but then giving her like 5-6 slots per day is just too much. She doesn't have that fan base yet, so that's part of the like
Issue.
argument against doing like a gory push like this. I don't know, like how do you say it's like trying I don't know if they're pulling her back to give her time to build up her fan base and then see if it will build up. Like I don't think they're gonna drop her like from Senbatsu
No.
and stuff.
Well,
Unfortunately.
Nah.
I think she needs to get the test.
Yes. Test.
Again,
Test.
okay,
Test.
again, like this is anecdotally,
Yes.
but I've heard from people I know from like other bits of the community that people have gone to her Hanashikai and they kind of said that like her Taio is kind of like
Yeah, I've heard that
like, I
too.
don't know, like
That's very Ion, I feel, as well. I had to say.
so it's kind of like kind of meh, and so this is like like I heard this anecdotally, so I don't know if that's true or not, but take it what you will.
Gives you very like stock responses, or very not really catered towards.
Yeah, I mean to like defend her, like she personally, I'm sure she felt a ton of pressure, I'm sure, from being pushed, and then she like probably also wishes she could just be like part of 8th gen more herself. Like as an 8th gen fan, I sometimes also felt like jealous of her getting pushed, and then while the rest of 8th gen was like slogging away in B2.
Yeah, that. But then I think also like I think I've read about this somewhere, but apparently Sakatan actually like the staff actually forgot that Sakatan was part of 8th
Yeah.
because like she didn't add her into like the work group chat, and you know like I do feel sympathy for her, and like in her defense, she is a great performer. I can definitely say that, but it's just that like I don't think she's translating that well for herself just yet, which for me makes it kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it is.
I do see the potential, but it's nonetheless disappointing.
So it's I don't know, might be a question of like management handling her. Like she's the type that needed more time to build her fan base.
Need more time in the oven.
Pushed. Yes. Meanwhile,
burn her alive.
Meanwhile, Zion is done, but they keep her on the back burner. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the right metaphor is here.
She's in the warmer, the like where they put like the corn dogs and pork buns at.
The corn dogs. The
So
pictures of Nishimura Aika.
You need to serve her up before she dries up. I don't know.
Yep.
That's kind of a bizarre metaphor. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what we do best here.
Well,
We don't talk about my Kojin metaphor. 10th anniversary one.
although I guess Geoff wanting to eat Sakatan is, a true Deguchi fan.
Okay, sure.
So I guess I'm next. I'm up. This is also probably a.
Oh boy.
This might be the easy.
Here we go.
The easy choice, I guess.
And the low-hanging
But
fruit.
I'm not
award.
gonna.
I would probably would have chosen this as well, but like I chose it already, so yeah.
Even though I wrote mine later. Oh no! You were this one you waited, I guess, for some reason.
Yeah,
but,
it's like I think.
yeah, you can jump on this. But I mean, yeah, okay. So my pick is Kuroda Fua. Obviously, there's the obvious, elephant in the closet with her, and but it's must that I mean, we found out about that later, but it's more like her announcement, and I guess we kind of explained like when we had her initial announcement of graduating. We expect this. Okay, this is very disappointing of her. She, was like quote unquote, one of the stars of seventh gen. We thought she was gonna be here forever, and then since losing her center with Will Be Idol, it kind of like got more and more fell behind, and then we noticed like in her attitude that it wasn't very good. Didn't really care that much. Didn't really try that hard when she was in.
Even before like this stuff, like when like stuff happened in October after her grad, like even in like I think around like April or May, like she was like caught in like a controversy on like social media already with like
the being around at late night, Dotonbori.
being around at late night, commenting to like a friend who was writing some like kind of questionable things, which again, like again, idol industry, everything's optics, so that wasn't good optics for her.
And her sister got involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was another. But yeah.
Yeah. So then, like, very, I guess, disappointing. I guess professionally wise, but then even in like as an idol, like personally, like just her quitting so early, so soon was very disappointing for me. I quite liked her.
And then with the gravy stuff
and then,
this year, it seemed like she was like coming back, but
she was heading somewhere.
Yeah.
The problem is though that like she hadn't, even if the events of October hadn't happened.
Which
like,
events in October?
The bad ones. You know the ones. The bad ones.
There are many bad ones.
The ones that are so bad that I'm not even going to mention them. It's like Gravy hasn't really, like, nobody's really broken out with Gravy in a long time. And it's like,
even Yuzu, right? Yes, she blew up and then had like a decent sales like shortly after, but
then it dropped off and she fell out of
dropped off.
Like long-term, like
she had the hiatus and all that.
So it's like, who knows how well that would have really gone for her, but obviously the events that are so bad that I won't even mention them happened, so that kind of killed everything else.
So it's really disappointing, both of you, as an idol, and then her personal, professional life was also got too messy, too murky.
Yes.
Side note, also disappointing runner-up would be Sadharu.
Yeah, so
just for she gave up. She gave up.
I thought about putting her because of that, but it's like, it's not the same.
It's same like basically if the events of October did not happen, I feel like Sadharu probably could have been a front runner for here as well.
A different sort of events of October.
If we talk about the other events in October, we'll get demonetized.
Like we kind of saw. I mean, this was coming for a long time. Like when they started selling for Nagisa Cycle, and you saw like her sales were not doing well, and then she like it's like kind of like the whole comments of like handshake sales don't matter, blah blah blah. That was like okay, that's like a pretty bad like attitude to have. and then now we knew why because she.
And then I think like the graduation from Biz kind of ended everything for her. Just kind of like, well, there's nothing else for me in the group, so who cares? I'm bye.
Yeah, that's what hurt most for me because like not seeing a way for her to improve her standing in the group. It means like members are losing trust in management, and that's like, and then like that's how you lose fans as well.
Which I think like, that's kind of like a trend with this year. We had a lot of like graduations this year, both like okay, ones that made sense. Okay, they're leaving because they've been here long enough, and then ones that like kind of left too soon. That's why I kind of want to have like a graduation award because we had like a lot of like pretty significant graduation that felt like not quite as bad as like the 2021 graduation wave, but like it felt like a mini version of that because we did have like members. I think as he explained exactly with Sadharu, like like losing faith in management. I mean that's why we have like Sion leaving. That's why we had probably Yuzu leaving, I guess, and then
Reiko to
Sadharu. Reiko, yeah.
And it keeps to me. My mind keeps going back to this like sudden emphasis on real work, TM, outside work, TM. because like even like Karen suddenly gets all these like fashion collabs and then like Sadharu has nothing now, and that's why maybe one reason she graduated.
What are you saying? What are you saying about Karen? You didn't deserve it.
Well, I mean, for Sadharu, she was a beast model at one point.
Yeah,
That just shows you that showroom bullshit
because
doesn't
of
matter.
because of one guy in showroom.
And then he
Hey.
quit on her.
Yeah.
Quit on her, and then as we saw recently, even then he tried to do it for Iapon and still didn't quite make it happen. So,
I mean, the problem with Sadharu though is that like, yeah, she was never going to get in front of like, you know, Nagisa and Kojirin and Rei and Chihi and Wakapon and Mikana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, or Kato and Sakatan. So it's like,
Yeah.
there's legitimately, there just is nowhere for her to go.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
not.
I feel like it's less of a case of like lost potential, but more of a case of she did genuinely see that like there was nowhere. else for her
Yeah,
to
I
go.
guess like yeah, she's the classic like pushed up by whales, and
Yeah.
the reality hit
then
that
this-
like
Yeah.
that's not sustainable, especially when the whales start like
Yeah,
getting their attention drawn by younger members.
all right, and we still have one more, but it's also kind of I feel like it's kind of
Yeah, like
logic.
it's in a similar.
You can just replace it with Sadharu if you want to. We don't want to talk about her.
Yeah.
But like honestly, it's just like in a similar vein. But like I think like one of the most disappointing members for me this year was Yamamoto because her grad just felt really sudden. I think she announced in October, November, thereabout, and I don't know. It just felt really. It felt like she was being wasted. Like I feel like there could have been so much potential for her, and you know, she just suddenly grad, and you know, her association with her like little friend group didn't really help either. But while you know, like I feel like her, like to be honest, I feel like her entire friend group like disappointments this year. I'd say,
Except for
I
you.
feel like. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mew did nothing
Like,
wrong. Hashtag.
There could have been so much more, but then they just, you know, didn't really get to that potential, and they just kind of fell off, or you know,
because it was kind of wasted on
staggered.
like other members that did not deserve it. Bringing in Ryan. He's not here. So complain about Mighty or whatever.
Like to me, like Mochi-chan was a bit more disappointing than Sadharu, mainly because I feel like she was still quite new, and I feel like there was still quite a bit of potential for her. Unlike Sadharu, where you know she kind of she has been in Sanbatsu for like 3 years at this point. She kind of hit her like the bottleneck at this point, which is fair enough. But for Mochi-chan, I feel like there's more of a case of maybe if she stayed on for a bit more, maybe if like a lot of what ifs, but then ultimately that didn't come to fruition. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Mo-chan was actually oddly selling kind of okay, like similar to Fua maybe.
She was doing better than Fua.
Oh, okay.
Even
She was. Yeah.
Even before. Yeah, Fua was definitely doing the worst of that group. But that also may have been because of a certain whale was supporting her. At that time.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mochi-chan was selling Mochi-chan was selling like 11 out of 32 in NMB 13, which is really not too bad, I'd say. Like she was selling like one of the most, and like at least like the people with like 30 slots. So, yeah.
Yeah, because like her graduation was like so close to Fua's, like we felt like okay, both of them had like the same kind of vibe. I think like response to like their graduation announcements, like oh yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, they're wasted potential, didn't really get many opportunities for outside work or whatever.
And it's just they still feel so new, and so I feel like there definitely could have been like perhaps more, but that obviously didn't happen. So yeah, basically anyone who like left from like. If you're like from 7th gen or newer and you leave, it's going to be very like kind of disappointing and surprising just because it's like too soon. I mean, there were some. I mean, obviously there are members from 7th gen who did leave early, but they had like Kowatan had good reason, health reasons.
Yeah.
And then, Sion also leaving with such a like not even 2 years.
Yeah, she want to get more money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
it's
my
Yoshimoto's
God.
fault for like being stingy. Okay.
Yeah.
All the graduations were disappointing, except Yuzu's. Nobody cares about Yuzu.
Or Shion.
Or Sion.
Oh yeah, that
Or
happened.
Sion.
Rip smart man.
So that was our most disappointing members of the year, which with some extras. We might like add we had a lot of discussion. We might be adding a bit more to the
Like Saharu.
the list. See what we
Yeah.
see, just because. Yeah, the Sadharu Memorial Award. That's what we'll call this. we have a member for this. I think it is peak disappointment. I feel.
She's still in the group.
Okay.
Though, so who knows?
Oh yeah,
Still good for now. Yeah, supposed to be gone already, but hey, she got sick, and just adding more salt to the disappointment. If you were a Sadharu fan, oh man, I can't wait to see her. Oh no.
yeah. The ending for her is so weird.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
weird.
sad.
She's in idle purgatory.
Yep. Okay, so then this brings us to our last category for the show, and that is the Yamamoto Sayaka Memorial Award for MVP, so best overall member of the year. And all of these are basically, I mean, aside from mine, I feel like y'all just picked your favorites.
No!
Yeah.
I got solid reason for this year compared to last year. I got solid
I
reason.
disagree. I feel like I have objective like justification.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that. All right, well, we'll start off. Aruda, tell us about Wakapon.
Okay, I choose for MVP. I choose Wakapon because mainly this year she wrote 2 songs that will be out next year. That one already quite achievement already. Yeah.
Already
That's
planning
it.
the stage for next year's best member.
Yeah, but then she also kind of accepted her position in Sebatsu and choose to be productive in other field, not like certain members that we talked previously. And also this year she also released photo book, and also of course creating jobs for other members by dramatization of her novels.
Yeah, her friends.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a job. It's still real work.
Her friends plus Chihi.
So
Yeah.
Wakapon's the real engine of the Namba economy.
And also
Trickling down.
she
or
and
love.
also she was
Trickle down.
Wakaponomics. Yeah, Wakaponomics.
yeah, and she was in Jakarta Senbatsu and also ambassador of Comic Con.
I mean, I feel like that can be said about basically almost
Misaki was in
everyone,
that
though.
too.
Well, she's only that.
Well,
And
Misaki-
based on
Clearly,
What's
this means Misaki
yeah.
was the MVP this year.
Misaki's
And
the
based on
MVP.
my
In the Jakarta Senbatsu.
yeah, and based on my observation during offline events, she also attracted some new fan girls as well. So good for her.
I feel.
Hey, counterpoint. Again, like we talked about this in the summer
Seton.
that week when I went to all those theater shows, and it was like from Gojudin to Wakanyan to Wakapon. The number of girl fans got smaller and smaller for each show I went to.
Yeah, but then because it's
No, I okay. As someone who went to the Kochini Seton, I can very safely say I think around safely minimum 60% of the people there are girls. Like at one point, we overpowered the guys. We were like Kochini, and then it actually overpowered the guys' calls.
yeah,
I was
but,
there for the Miyokuri.
Yeah, I mean,
thing,
of course,
Cancel-make and-
the majority is still Oji-san, but she attracted some new fan girl. That's why it was quite good.
How many were there in the Seton?
Again, you said there's 60% for
Like,
Kojiri and Seitansai.
So,
Yeah, and I think maybe 30% or so for Wakanyan, and then 3% for Wakanyan. was like total dude fest. I think there was more for the 9th Gen show after the next day. Actually, nah. I think that might have dropped down to 1% because it's mostly old dudes going to 9th Gen. But yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I mean,
And once again, she was also quite productive this year.
yeah, I mean to defend Aruda, like her Wakapon's concept is like
Idol that can be enjoyed 100 way.
yeah, she fulfills. No one can like overcome her in all of those.
But they'll try.
Yeah, she's a real like generalist, master of all, kind of jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Felt like when I did like on YouTube, I did the shorts of every member, it's like the profiles. Like definitely like her. I felt like I was like gloating the most just because she had so much stuff to talk about that like I think she might have been like one of the ones that like got to a minute. I don't remember exactly, but she was one of the members who like had the most to say about. I think I couldn't fit all in 1 minute short. Okay. Next, we have Logic.
Yes.
No.
I think my MVP of the year would probably be Kojirin. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, I think, like, just, like, from an objective, like, perspective, like, sales-wise, I think she sold out both. Like, she's the only member who sold out for both Enemy 13.
She sells out the fastest and sells out all the time.
Yeah, that sells out the most for, like, Enemy 13 and for Nagisa Cycle, which is already quite an impressive feat on its own, given by how, like, poorly online Hana Shikai sales were doing for Enemy 13. But, so that was that, and then she got, like, her own solo this year, which she performed a few times, and she got, I think, number 4 on Request Hour for that, which is, great year for her. She also got her solo concert announced, and, like, she also has been branching out to, like, other things.
She became Korean.
Yeah, I mean, like, she branched out to, like, other things too, like, clothing brands, like nail chips or whatever, and, I think in general this year has been a pretty decent year for her. Like, good outside work she has been going on, like, for our IT. Like, she has good outside work going on with, like, like, clothing brand and, like, nail chips or whatever. And then she also has been selling really well at, Hanashikai and stuff. And, yeah, I think it has just been a really good year for her. And so I'd say, like, she's my MVP.
Yeah, normally every year I probably would put her as like the MVP just because of all the reasons you say, because she sells so well. She is basically the person like hard carrying NMB these days, like for like the hardcore fans. I mean, she's not the most mainstream member, of course, that's Nagisa, but like in terms of like keeping the group afloat and by keeping popularity and enthusiasm for the fans, I think she's definitely at the center of that.
Yeah, and also it's just that like she's a very grounding presence, which is like a nice thing, especially when like there's so much like stuff going on, during the year as well. And yeah, like I think that's why she's my MVP this year, I'd say.
Yeah, you just have to be worried, but I feel like maybe you have to be worried. Okay, is her time coming to an end soon? Possibly next year or whatever, because. At this point, she's been in the group for 7 years now. Yeah. Or 8 years now.
8. Yeah, 7.
It'll be 8 next year, in June.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, getting about the same time that when Sayaka left. So, right. So it's got to be worried, obviously. But I feel like she's like at her peak. She's at her top popularity-wise. So, like, I think she wants NMB to be in a good position before she leaves. So yeah, which may never happen. At that point, she's gonna be sticking.
It will never happen.
Until she's like 30, 40.
So what's the parameter? Going back to Osaka Joe?
Right, yeah, getting her back to Osaka Joe be a win. She can finally call it good. Which right, Geoff. Tell us about Chihi.
Yes.
Just because Hanshin won.
Kawakami Chiyo. No, that was the cherry on top. But so you were talking about how like Anon didn't do anything with her winning the non-battle luck.
Yeah.
I mean, Chihi obviously won non-battle, the main election, and then Jay last year. And then she started getting Hanshin work from that, but she's just continued it this year. Like, more continuing the radio shows. She has a regular feature in like Hanshin Tiger's monthly magazine. getting invited to like the camps, going on TV to like commentate on the games. She's definitely getting more recognition among Hanshin fans. Like she gets recognized at the stadium. One of my favorite things is to see like how many how many players like her Instagram post is really funny. So she's getting recognition among the players and like the Hanshin management, so they trust her like for work. Even the other like former players joke about like how they get more work, how she gets more work than them. Like she gets invited to 2 TV shows after the championship when they only normally get invited to 1. So other than Hanshin, yeah, she's still well because of that she's still top 3 solidly in the top 3 of the group in her position. She still does a little bit of variety here and there. Does acting, and then she has like a big play coming up next year. And then like actually in the past few months she's had so much outside work TM that she only performed in the theater like twice. So it's like almost Nagisa levels of having so much work that she can't even do idle stuff anymore.
And that's why you became a Yayoi fan.
I mean, to be honest, having moved to Osaka at the time when Chihi started getting so much more outside work, and then 8th gen came in, it's like I have my veteran Oshi and my young member Oshi. It works out. They don't clash that much, except when we performed in M.
And then Chihi was like, Marane.
Yep.
You cheater. Geoff, the cheater king.
The real cheater.
The king of adultery.
Jar has nothing.
Jar ain't got
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
on you. Not only is she...
No, actually, the real cheater is Challenge.
I mean, it's hard for Miyoshi to beat Nagisa or Kojirin level. Or even Larry level.
Oh yeah, you also forgot to mention that she got to meet Matt Merton this year.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. She got to meet her baseball Oshi, and he got to tell her about Jesus.
With the help of Misaki, of course.
Hey, but he also danced Skiramushi.
Yeah.
That's
But don't forget
concerning.
Misaki. Misaki was also in there as well.
Because they were just too
As a
lazy to
translator.
hire a real translator.
They're too
Well, I mean,
poor.
he even brought a translator with him, but they still just use Misaki.
His like missionary dude.
Yeah, he only knows how to talk about Jesus in Japanese.
Yeah, Chihi basically is like achieving all her old like goals for herself back in the day. She's finally achieved it. So she's like
So
also
now
the
she can
example
leave
of
the
the
group
idol
without
dream.
any regrets.
Maybe after another year. That's my honest evaluation of how long I think she'll stay.
Yeah, she wanna wait for a graduation concert.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one of her
honestly,
goals.
Like,
Single.
Kojirin and Shihi, they're kind of getting close to that point already. I'd say like next year is probably like I feel like next year is dangerous for like them both. I'd say, but yeah.
Yeah, what I say Chihi is lacking is that like is not the level of like leading by example yet for like because like Nagisa this whole year after she announced graduation it's like everyone talks about Nagisa has so much work outside work but she like still comes back and practices so hard. But then Chihi's not known as that type of like leader yet. She doesn't approach like the Kohai as much. So like it would be nice if she is more active.
That's why we have Mako Chihi now.
The real ship, except no substitutes.
But yeah, I think with Chihi, I felt like last year you could have made a case. I don't forget if you picked that as her favorite as your
Probably.
MVP last year.
You should have.
But like that was like probably the big year of Chihi, right? And then
Yeah.
it kind of carried over into this year. Okay. So my pick, I'm probably the most objective person here.
Yes, of course.
'Cause I picked Shibuya Nagisa as the MVP of the year. Yeah, it's her last year, so kind of like unfair because it's her last chance to do it. But I feel like this year she really I mean, normally like past years like I would pick Koji, but this year Nagisa really did it. Like I mean, it's probably management putting the money where they need to put money, but all the stuff that they did for Nagisa, like her graduation, all the money they put behind it, all the TV shows and music shows they put her on, and like the cool thing about the music shows this time is like she brought in like not just a Senbatsu, she brought in like they did the Osaka Joe Hall thing with all the members except for Miyoshi because she had that radio show that she had missed out on. Wait, was that one or the other
Yeah,
one?
that was
no, it was
that was the first music show they were on.
Okay, and the second one, who got missed out on that one? Maybe Ami. I don't know. But anyway, two music shows they brought in. Like first I think it was like 40 members, and now it was like it was everyone except for most of Knife Gen, and then then the second show where they brought in everyone basically. So that was like a really cool moment. I mean, even though like most of the members were like less than a pixel on the screen at times, it was still like the whole effort. Hey, you brought in the whole group. You like that shows like, hey, that's how important how much she cares about the group. Like she wanted to bring in everyone. So for that, I think very good for promoting the group to the outside group. Even though I'm not sure if it made a difference. Like, did it bring any new fans?
Nagisa
We don't really know.
Judging by all the people who walk by the theater and say, "Oh, I know Nagisa," but nothing else.
Yeah.
I would say no.
Yeah, like, no, actually, anecdotally, this is another anecdote, but, like, one of my friends who is not into, like, J-pop, or, like, she's, like, into, like, the more of, like, the anime / like, seiyuu side of things. She actually, like, I was showing her, like, oh, like, the members of the group, and then she was like, oh, Shibuya Nagisa, I recognize her, and I was like, what? Why? Like, cause, like, it just...
How?
Like, literally, so, like, I think, like, the kind of reach Nagisa has is sort of to the point where, like, even like someone who isn't actively involved in like the idol fandom or people who are like I guess like quote unquote normies even know about her, which is honestly really impressive. So
yeah, it's like the test we used to have is like okay, like who has more public recognition now? Was it Yamamoto Sayaka or was it Shibuya Nagisa, right? And it depends. But yeah, and then I guess with her graduation concert, hey, we got an actual big ass venue for that. Brought us got us out of the Oryx Zep hellhole, albeit temporary.
Osaka Bayside hellhole.
Yeah. Even though that still didn't it didn't sell out.
No.
Shows, but
Day 2
still
did
pretty
pretty
empty.
well.
But yeah, Day 2 did alright. Yeah, but like a Christmas concert was super empty.
Yeah.
Which. She still showed up to that show anyway, so like those people who like, oh, I'm not gonna go because no Nagisa, like they got screwed over on that. So that's what you get, and that's what you get for hating Christmas. And then overall I think she really was a net positive for the group, even if it's the last. It's also kind of gonna be like the money well, the promotional well has finally dried up now for NMB. We probably won't have this kind of coverage or public knowledge of the group going forward. All right, and then lastly,
yeah, I mean,
I guess you can support.
It's like
both of your favorites.
Yeah, well, two of them anyway. I'm not so narcissistic as to put the third one on there.
As everyone else here.
Yeah, and like the rest of you fuckers. Yeah, so I mean, Nagisa, obviously, she's worked incredibly hard for an incredibly long time. She should probably get the Yamamoto Sayaka Memorial Lifetime Achievement Award or something.
Yeah, I feel like Nagisa actually belongs in like the Lifetime Achievement Award, but not just like the MVP.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame.
Yes, the Hall of
Hall
Fame.
of Fame.
We're gonna rename this to the Shibuya Nagisa Memorial Award.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Hall of Fame. Sayaka, Nagisa, and like Ocarina, I guess. I don't know.
She was like the most improved member award original, like back in a while ago. But
yeah, back when people forgot that there was a time when she sucked. Anyway,
yeah.
Yeah, and so Nagisa, I mean, I'm looking at this. Like, she does so much stuff. And I mean, a lot of this is probably just like random events. Because the Nagisa community literally just posted the booklet they made for her, and it's like, so much stuff. But anyway. And then obviously Kojirine is, carrying the group. I mean, especially now. I mean, Nagisa's been out of the group for an hour and 10 minutes. Kojirine is really just carrying the group on her back at this point, and will be until she
Yeah.
leaves. Yeah,
And then,
I
and
mean,
then will be truly flops. Amazing.
so hopefully she doesn't leave anytime soon.
Hopefully.
Especially because I
Though, like,
don't have, can't come right back to Japan.
yeah. It feels like there might maybe setting up this next year to be like the Kojirine year, because
The year of
like,
Kojirine.
the
We
solo
need the year of
concerts.
Kojirine.
Yeah, the year of the dragon, the year of Kojirine. So hopefully, like we do not have any major shifts in
Hopefully.
Except for Chihi graduating.
leadership and
That's
top
okay.
members. Yeah, Chi leaves. Please leave.
Imagine if Kojiri and Chihi like grat at the same time, then like only one of them got the grat concert.
Well,
And
Geoff
grad
would be
single.
sad.
They should do double center grad single.
Oh my god.
And shared grad concert. Day 1 is Kojirine, day 2 is Chihi. You'll see which one actually sells out.
Probably not Chihi.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Geoff will just buy all the extra tickets because he has,
Buy out the
money.
venue.
If I had that kind of money, this would be
We'll get non-battle 3. The road settle it once and for all.
Oh no.
Well, if there's one thing we know about NMB fans, it's that they hate democracy.
But we love democracy, so that's going to do it for our Golden Takoyaki Award podcasts. And so with like our picks for each of these categories, we're going to put out like a Google form where you can vote for these winners. And then next time on our next normal episode of the NMB Takoyaki Party, before we talk about like all the New Year's stuff that will probably be happening, we'll talk about the results of these in the comments. So we encourage you to vote and leave comments why you think you agree with these or disagree with these. I'm not sure if I'll add in like a write-in space for people who didn't get their favorites picked, because we definitely forgot some people in some things in these, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you to Logic and Arkasas for joining us for this special moment. Good having you guys. I think we talked about wanting to have you guys get on before internally, so happy to have you join us again for another show.
Comment if you want them to come back.
Comment if you want us to be permanent members of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll just do our own podcast.
With blackjack and hookers.
Well,
Oh
anyway.
my god.
There's always a joke. Do you guys want to do the Takoyaki Girls show? But,
Oh yeah, me and Chow and Jar, and we just like trash talk everyone other than our
Yeah.
girls. They're only
Yeah.
Kojima Karin and Jar's girls, and no one. Everything
Jar
else
has too many
revolves
girls.
around. Oh, true. She's a cheater. she's the token cheater.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of the shows. Yeah, so once again, 2023 is in the can. Probably a week or so, a few more days left of the year by the time you hear this. But yeah, we'll have the voting go on for a week or so. We'll give you enough time during the holiday break to make your voice heard. So until then, we'll see y'all next year.
Happy Year.
Happy New Year.
Maybe sad New Year. I don't know.
Happy holidays, as
Happy
Misaki says.
holidays and
Oh, okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy Merry Christmas.